Yes, good afternoon and welcome. Another beautiful day out here at St Albans, and that's something we don't say too often this time of year. We usually have wind. If we don't have that, we have rain. But today we've got some pretty well perfect conditions. Flags on the other side of the ground. They are simply sitting beside the poles. So that suggests that we've got a perfect day for football, and hopefully two sides out here this afternoon, which will turn that up for us this afternoon. Winchelsea finished on top of the ladder, their first appearance here in finals football for some time. They're taking on East Geelong. And again, I'll probably remind me that I said 2 or 3 weeks back that they couldn't make finals football, but they proved me wrong. Here they are looking to go into a grand final. So, again, we're looking forward to this afternoon. Joining me in commentary this afternoon, Archie Burley. Welcome to you, Arch.
Thank you, Dale. Really appreciate it. Excited to be here. The footy gods have put on a spectacular day for us. And yes, no Grubby today. And as sad as that is, we know he'll be listening at home. We do bring in a pretty good replacement in the main man, Alex Tagani. So very excited to have Alex in the box today and excited to see what colour he adds to the game.
Colour. Well, and welcome, Alex. After that big introduction, you got a big day to prove yourself that you're capable of doing the job by the end of that.
Oh, no pressure there. And as the bloke in this chair usually says, g'day, folks, and g'day, viewers, and g'day, everyone. But as you said, you hit the nail on the head with the weather here. For those watching our live stream, the sun's out, guns out. I thought starting the finals a bit earlier this year about the split round meant we'd have more of that wet St Albans weather at the start of finals that we've copped over the years. But no sensational conditions. I guess it's up to you two as experts to start us off. Who's that going to favour? The Eagles, who are due for a premiership, or Winchelsea? Well, as you mentioned, last time they were in the finals, I was on the under 18 portfolio for the GDFNL footy show, which Archie's been watching religiously the last 2 weeks.
We can tell you, as I said, for those out there this afternoon, Grubby is not feeling too well at the present time, and unfortunately, a situation where he's not able to come down today, and at this stage, not been going to make the trip down the highway tomorrow. So that'll be Evan Hurd anymore with the Werribee side playing tomorrow, and he'll obviously be sitting at home. And for a bloke that loves final football, it'll be definitely hurting. But to you, Grub, as I said, we hope the health's improving and you can be back with us in the short term and not the long term. So look forward to having you back here as quickly as possible. As I said, the game here this afternoon, a pretty important clash for the Winchelsea Blues. They finished on top of the ladder, and obviously that was obviously through the wins that they had during the course of the season. They've been able to put a pretty good brand of football together during the course of the season. We've seen them a couple of times, and they are a side that's got pretty much everything you need for finals football. They've got some tools out there. They're quick across the ground, and they've got a few key components through the middle, which obviously carry the ball pretty well. But Arch, as I said, they've been going along pretty nicely, the Winchelsea Blues, and a great opportunity to, I suppose today, it's a situation where you look at the thing, you say, well, we've got an option to go straight into a grand final. Obviously not going to play last week, play this week and go into a grand final 2 weeks' time. Some say that's not good, but I can guarantee you for the sides that are playing out here today, they would much rather be in a grand final and know they're there than have to sit back and go through another week of turmoil next week.
Well, it is good, Dale. It is good for the simple reason that you give your team a bit of a week off. And Winchelsea, remember, they had a pretty easy draw coming home. Obviously, Corio, which they ended up losing to.
Yep.
But then they had Geelong West.
Yep.
And then you think week off, and now they're playing. So like some of these players, when probably taking it pretty easy, and that they kind of were allowed to manage their players coming into the last few rounds. But obviously, it hasn't helped them because they've had a huge out during the week or since the last game they played as well. One of their better players in Finn Parish. So that's pretty interesting. How do you reckon that's going to toss up the game? Look, in the corresponding game in round 15, Alex, when Winch won by 11 points, he was best on ground. So obviously a big out for Winchelsea.
Well, they've lost two positions because, as we know, I had to fill Grubby's chair on Wednesday night, and I looked at the team of the year for the first time, and I found out Finn Parish was a defender. So there you go, halfback flank Finn Parish. So really, Winchelsea's lost a defender and a ball winner in one with that omission, but it's amazing. The Winchelsea sides of old, and I mean, no disrespect to our media coverage, but for a decade, we'd only see them once or twice a year.
Yep.
And you looked at their 12 o'clock side, and the players that would come in and fill gaps, they weren't players capable of playing senior footy at St Albans. But for the last 2 years, Winchelsea's made the reserves finals, and you look at their 12 o'clock side tomorrow, and there's probably 5 or 6 players in there that could match against East Geelong's bench, Werriby's bench, or Belmont's bench if they have to play any of those other two sides next week as well. But no, look, Finn Parish definitely a big out. We're under the understanding it was a head clash of some sort, but where I question that is they played 2 weeks ago, and I was actually at that match, 219 points, and I was probably giving you and our producer Tyler a bit of a headache that day because I gave you a goal update every 33 seconds that afternoon.
Trying to attract the Wayne Tycoon medal.
Well, I can give you an indication. The indication there is that's totally wrong because everyone saw him at the vote count during the week, and obviously there's another injury, but we won't have to go into that because that'll unfold. And I don't think there'll be too many blind Freddies that didn't know what was going on with Finn Parish during the week. The other thing is for East Geelong, their captain Johnny McIntyre's not playing also, so he is a pretty important part of their formation out here during any game, but more so in finals football because he's just a good user and a accumulator of the ball.
Yeah. Well, I said it off air to both of you guys. Can Winch do it without Finn? Can East Geelong do it without McIntyre?
Well, they bring in Sammy Lowe, which will make Grubby happy.
And can we do it without Cations? They're the three big omissions today. So I'll try my best on that front, but the spotlight will be on the two replacements on the field. Look, John McIntyre, again, probably underachieved on the vote count night, which we'll talk about in a second, but he's still going to be a club legend, even if East Geelong don't go to the promised land this year. 5-time club best and fairest. I reckon he's on his way to a record 6th from the games I have seen the Eagles play, but he was just with his 3-year-old Louis watching from the sidelines, and he's actually confirmed he's done the hammy, but it's the opposite hammy from the one that troubled him last year. So I don't know. Does that mean he's fully...
That's just called old age.
Old age. There you go.
I think if they do make the grand final, he'll play, from the words I'm hearing from East Geelong.
Well, it gives him 3 weeks. And as I said, he did come off. It was a half-time. We saw him running past here on the way back. We saw him run past us with the ice bag on. So they haven't risked him at that stage last week. As I said, if they're fortunate enough to obviously get through today's game, it will give him 2 weeks where he doesn't have to do too much and he can go into a grand final. But again, it's the old adage, if you take players in that aren't quite right on grand final day, then I've seen it more than once that you can come unstuck. So let's hope that he can make it. And when he turns up out there, he's not a real quick mover anyway.
No, he's not.
So it's not going to be the sprint stuff that does him the harm. It'll be the amount of times he grabs hold of the ball and kicks the bloody thing, I suppose. That'll be the tester for him.
Obviously, Sam Lowe comes in as well. And we spoke about this last week while we were previewing the games. We thought that watching Sam in the reserves, wondering if he could come in. And I think you and Grubby both said he didn't think, he had enough match fitness. He didn't have enough time to get back to coming in. So is that selection kind of like we have no one else, like he's going to be our next best bet, even if he's not 100% game fit? Or do they reckon they reckon that Sammy Lowe's fit and ready to go?
You look at what's available, obviously, and then you look at the quality of the bloke, and you know that when Sammy Lowe comes out here and plays finals football, there's not too many that perform better than what he does or has done over recent times. Now, that's not to say today that that's going to be the case, but I reckon he's a pretty good inclusion to come into this side. Sometimes when you go out and you play reserve football, it can be a little bit hard. We got Michael Murdoch running around here in the seconds for Belmont Lions today. So, and he polled pretty well during the break camp during the year. So that's obviously either something he's just coming back from injury. They weren't prepared to say, yes, but we want you to play a game just to make sure you can get through. Now, obviously, again, pace in this game's not anywhere near like it'll be at senior football. The blokes that hit you are probably not going to hit you as hard as they do in senior football. So it gives him an opportunity to get a feel for how he's going. And I can't even tell you what his injury may have been or was. You blokes might have been able to have some more light on that. But as I said, I reckon it's a great idea that he's got the availability to be able to actually go out and play at it, which is obviously good for him as well.
And he's also got the finals experience as well.
Yeah.
I understand East Geelong, with the 2 years that I've been back on the scene, they have underperformed on this ground bar the prelim last year, right?
Yep.
I'm trying to remember how much of a performer was Sam Lowe, in those games when, again, they had the dominance over Bell Post when it did work for them, but also in those games where they just lost to Thompson the year before in the prelim, they lost the qualifying finals. How much of an impact did Sam Lowe make? Was S. Lowe in the best players in those games? So, and also the question I'll probably have to throw back to you two Is this a like-for-like matchup back for McIntyre, or do you move the magnets around if you're Osselbrook right now?
It's a good question. The other player coming in is Lockie Zimmer, and I wouldn't say he's a like-for-like matchup with John McIntyre. So I would say yes, you'd have to try and move the magnets around. Obviously, Marlon McComb, he's been impressed me in the last couple of weeks. I don't know about you, Dale. And
Yeah,
I was
he's
quite
a-
to see.
he's
I
a
was
second on the ball.
I was quite surprised to see his name come out, and I confirmed with East Geelong that is an injury as well.
Okay.
And so he was not admitted from the team, so he would have been playing if he was fit today. So, yeah, but it looks like they might have to move him around. We know that Mulville, Austin will start in the middle, and Crombie in the earlier game in the year, I think it was round 4. It was East Geelong beat Winchelsea by 55 points. Zach Smith kicked 5. Crombie was best on ground that game, so it's just going to show that he's going to have to really lift his game, have a big say in what happened today. I think he's put together a pretty good month leading into the finals as well, and I was pretty impressed with his game last week.
Now, again, I'm jumping ahead. I just had a look at the Whitley medal votes for the last time they played. And Archie, I also want to congratulate you on your performance.
Thank you,
reading out
Alex.
the voice.
Appreciate it, mate.
Tyler, all his background work, and Dale, well, anyway.
Enjoying his meal?
The only thing, Arch only ate half his chook.
Yeah,
if he didn't want the bloody thing, he could have left it for me and went that second.
Do you know why? Because I was running up and down trying to read out votes all
I
night.
even told him 3 times to leave it there. You're coming back, and every time they come, I thought, "Nah, I'm going to eat it. I'm going to eat it." Nah, couldn't do that. He might want it. He might be hungry.
Sorry, Dale. You can read out the votes next year.
I was going to say, Archie, I know
No,
you didn't
happy to
memorize
see that.
every single one 3 days later. Oh, I would have gone to bed feeling pretty ready for a rest after that performance. But I'm just going to read out last time they played.
Yeah.
Vote order. So, Winchelsea, 1 vote. Oliver Mankey, is it?
Marnicky.
My apologies. So, he got the 1 vote. Look at the next 2 names. 2 votes, East Geelong, John McIntyre.
3 votes.
You know where I'm going with this.
F. Parish.
3 votes, Winchelsea, Finley Parish.
Well,
So to lose the 2 best players from the last time they met, if you're listening here on 94.7 The Pulse, this is going to be a massive clash.
Do you want to say something interesting as well? I'd like to know your thoughts on this, Alex. In round 4, when East Geelong won by 55 points, where was that game played? In Winchelsea.
Right.
And in round 15, when Winch won by 11 points, it was at Oswide Plumbing and Civil Oval. So they both beat each other on each other's home grounds.
All right, I'll stop you right there, and I'll tell you something. If there's one thing I know about this league, it's this. Nothing that takes place before round 7 is relevant. No, I'm serious. East Geelong fans are listening. They were 3-3 in 09. The coach, Adam Scrobelak, and his captain, Ryan Coy, they had a lock-in after that match. From that point onwards, didn't miss a beat. The following year, Belpost, who we all know 2010 was the start of the run. Not a lot of people realise Belpost were 3-3. They had to have a serious leading teams moment. From that point onwards, they didn't lose a game for about 10 years. So I'm looking at Winchelsea right now. Guess what? 3-3. From that point onwards, they've lost 1 game of footy. And how it was to Corio was probably the biggest surprise. But credit to Corio and what they've got coming into their side the next season. So credit to them. And that game, obviously, I'm excited to talk about the Whitley. That game cost 2 Winchelsea players from potentially winning a Whitley medal.
Just a question on that, Alex. If you, so as you said before, anything around 7 don't take into account. But if you're Ned Osbrook or if you're Ben Maloney, do you look back at just around 15 game, talking about matchups and players that played on each other and looking on how the game might be dictated by certain players, or do you look at the round 4 game as well, or you just focus on the round 15 game?
You scrap the round 4
So you
game.
focus on the round 15 game to take learnings out of it?
If you're a senior coach, a senior captain, even just a senior player, what you may or may not have pulled off 4 months ago is irrelevant because St Albans ground, it's a different game.
Yeah.
Their bodies and the fatigue and everything they've gone through in 4 months, they're at a different point and they're so much closer to the podium than they were on, what was that, May 4th?
Yeah.
Irrelevant. That's pre-interleague, Archie.
Yeah.
We're only focused on the last time we met them.
Yeah. Okay, so going to move into some talk about our Whitley medal predictions that we had. Do you remember that? Just was it a week ago?
It was 3 days ago.
No, I'm talking about our predictions, Alex. And we had our predictions last Saturday, and we went through all the teams, Dale.
I can't find where I put them down now. Here they are.
So I don't reckon I don't reckon I would have tipped many
Well,
in the top
Aniki's
two.
best two was definitely Mawson.
Yep. So
And
with the clubs,
Yep.
Do you want to tell me your predictions? I'll tell you how the club went.
Yeah.
we had most of us, or both of us, all three of us went for Gerard and Mawson as their best vote getters.
Yep. So for Anarchy, 12 votes Gerard, 8 for Josh Mawson, who won the Athletes Foot MVP with 31 votes. Luke Dalhouse, late run.
Yep.
Finished equal second for Anarchy with Josh Mawson on 8. 2 to Daniel Harms, Jack Moylan, and Sam Hoffman with the 1 vote.
Yep. So we went to Belmont. We had I had Hootsma and Murdoch.
I had McPherson and Murdoch.
Yeah, McPherson and Murdoch. So they were all.
Michael Murdoch, who's actually playing right in front of us in this second semi-final, the reserve, 16 votes. So it's only the third time a Belmont line has finished in the top 5. One of them, of course, being Harmy Williams, who won it, and the other one being Braden Eddy, who I reckon was it 4th 2 years ago?
Yeah, right.
So well done to Pip, Michael Murdoch. 13 to Jack Evans. 10 to Ben McPherson, our interleague captain. James Beasley got the 6 votes, but it was spread out between a few games, so he got a lot of ones. Sorry, I've skipped one. Noah Hootsma was the 7, James Beasley 6, Brock Marnie 4, James Groman 3, and then a fair few were on.
Sorry,
2s
Alex,
and
who was
1s.
second?
Jack Evans with 13
Yeah,
votes.
right. Okay, we didn't pick him.
Yep.
Bannockburn, I had Gin and Hawker.
I had Gin and Jervis.
Gin and
I
Jervis.
reckon
I reckon Grubby might have had Hawker and might have been Jervis as well, maybe.
Well, Hawker was leading very early on, wasn't he?
Henry Hawker
Alex?
for a whole month this year was ahead, but he was parked in the finish on his 13 votes. The final vote you called on the night was a 3-vote game to Connor Jervis, which got him to 15. So in the end for Bannockburn, 15 votes to the skipper, Connor Jervis, 13 to Henry Hawker. Gin, who you guys both predicted, got the 6 votes in the finish, 5 to Austin Marnie, 4 to Trishan Battaglia, and then a whole series of players on 3s, 2s, and 1s.
So the Corio, most of the ones were Jelenic, Shoebridge, McMahon, and I think
I went Jelenik and Savanka, and Brock Savanka didn't poll a vote. Even in the game that I reckon it was the Shaka game, we all gave him the best on ground, and he didn't poll a vote that game either.
Yep. Well, for Corio, congratulations to their club best and fairest, who was Tom McMahon. But when it came to the Whitley medal, as you guys predicted, Matthew Jelenic, 6 goals. And I think even as a defender, he turned to you guys with that, as a key defender, turned to you guys when he almost kicked the winning goal against the Hawks. That was exciting to watch on the stream. The skipper, Jack Hall, with 5. Tom McMahon finished third for them with 4 votes. 3 to Jack Evans, Dylan, how do I say his last name? Kefai. 2 to Blake Ash. 2 to Herschel Carr. I thought he would have got the 3 in that Geelong West win in round 4. Cooper Shoebridge and Jack Green also with 2 votes each.
Next club.
North Geelong.
North Geelong. Thomas Schwennerson, 13.
Hold on. We'll say we said for
sorry.
I went Tom Swinnerson and Cooper Vaughan.
Yep.
Oh, you've just changed that because I just read
No,
it.
I right here. Go on, Dale. Who'd you say? Same?
Yep.
Same too.
Yep, so they were the equal leaders for North Geelong on 13. 11 for Oscar Riccardi, a good effort given the amount of footies he's missed, so that could be a sign for next season.
What about Boston? How do they go?
Boston's right after him on 8.
Yeah, no.
7 to Damien Fazio, who everyone inside the club says he's their most important midfielder.
Yeah, right.
So that's, I guess 7 votes. Does that justify that call? Probably. Team of the Year member, Ben O'Brien, he got the 3 votes. Luke Parker got the 3 votes. He actually got him in his 200th game, which you guys called against Belpost Hill. So he's still got it after all these years. And, of course, Jack Yates, the eventual winner, polled the 2 votes that game. Rory Desnoy also got 3. 2 to Tom Davis.
Roy Desnoy only with 3.
Yeah.
He's been a big talking point, obviously, within here and amongst, I reckon, North Geelong, how important he is to the side. He's a hard-working inside midfielder that can take a mark to run and carry the ball. I honestly thought he'd poll a lot more than 3.
Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting.
Club value.
Club votes the day after our grand final to see out of, I suppose, a Desnoy, Vaughan. Someone even said Charlie Farrell should have got a few votes. I don't think he polled any Whitley. So the umpires obviously don't watch North Geelong behind the ball.
Well, I thought it was also just on that point with Desnoy, Dale, last week when the game was there to be won in the last quarter and they put him forward. I remember saying he must have been injured or I don't know if fatigue kicked in or what, but they couldn't win the ball out of the middle, and I felt like their best midfielder was sitting up forward.
Yeah.
He could have been playing a role though. I'm
Yeah.
not 100% sure that day. So again, has the ability to run and jump at a ball. So he's a pretty good vertical jumper. So it's not a bad ploy to use them. As I said, they're better to be there than off the ground.
Yeah.
The way I see it. So I reckon he's takes a good backman to take him, and obviously
he spent the whole the quarter. I would agree with you if he spent maybe 10 minutes there, but the fact that he spent the whole quarter there when they needed to win the ball in the middle, it just makes me think that maybe he was injured and it was a bit of a decoy going forward just to try and bring the ball to ground.
Yeah, it could have been quite easily a bit flat and a bit injured. So you never know. Do we do East Geelong?
No, we haven't. I went McIntyre and Ezard.
Well, then you're on the money. You've just copied the final result.
No, I haven't.
Yeah,
I've got these from last week.
Spare me, Archie.
Go back and listen to them, Alex.
All right. I mean, Dale, in your opinion, Ezard and McIntyre, could you see either of them in their prime deserving of a Whitley medal?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, definitely Johnny McIntyre.
Yep.
Ezard, to me, this year's been, I think, his best season by a long way.
Yep.
And I'm talking as in consistency. We spoke about it maybe that time where Zach Smith went out of the side and there was more of a reliance upon him to stand up in the forward line, whether that's giving him that extra encouragement and extra work ethic that he needed to have. But at the moment, his ability to stand underneath packs, drop himself in front of packs and take marks has been a big part of his game. And to back that up, if he gets a ball from 50, 55, don't worry about the distance because he can kick the distance, don't worry. And his kicking abilities for a big bloke is pretty good, damn good. So for me, he would have been well worthy, but only this year. But as I said, I've seen him previously. He has patches, but there is a lot more consistency in his game this year by a long way.
Well, how interesting is this? So he polled 23 votes in 2024. I actually had the privilege of calling an East Winch game with you midway through the season, right? He polled 23 votes that season in 2024. If he polled 23 votes this season, he would have won the count by one. Makes you wonder, right? But unfortunately, he picked the year where Matt James for Corio in his first year at the club polls 30 votes in a losing side, right? Now, a lot of people agree with what you just said, Dale. John McIntyre this season, compared to his runner-up Whitley medal year, is probably performing better. He's looking fitter. His kicks are hitting targets, and he's under more pressure. And yet, there's such a spread of love. To answer the question, East Geelong, 12 votes for John McIntyre, 12 for Caleb Ezard. So when you're looking at the premiership conversation, now there's extra performers around McIntyre that there wasn't 2 years ago when they went out in straight sets. So that's really good for East Geelong. Of those, Ben Crombie also got 11 votes. Zach Smith, who led in the early rounds due to his goal-kicking hauls, finished with 9 votes. So a great effort given the amount of footy he's finished, similar to Oscar Riccardi.
Just on that, Alex, people talk about that it's very hard for a forward to win, league best and fairest in general. But if Hawker played, all the games of the year, he could have done it. And Zach Smith, if he didn't miss a massive chunk of football in the middle of the season, he could have nearly won the award.
Well, it's funny, like this league for 20 years didn't reward forwards. And then we had a 7-year patch where Lucas Murphy in 2011 came down from Barwon Heads, kicked 100, won the Whitley. The following year, Luke Forbes comes down from Joey's, did it for personal reasons, kicks his 100, wins the Whitley. A few years later, Brent McLeod kicked 90-odd goals, wins the Whitley. The following year, Kennedy Hunt kicks 100. He wins the Whitley. Now, there was one other example I was going to use, Dale, and that was Wayne Tyquin in 1986.
Jamie Pittman?
Oh, Jamie Pittman, 2015. There's a fifth. The sixth example I would have used to you was Wayne Tyquin, 96 goals in 86, wins the Whitley, but he continues to remind me that he kicked all 96 from the midfield, so he doesn't count as a forward in that conversation.
Tigger will tell you that a lot, actually.
Yeah, it's funny. They even called to remind me this week, which is good of him. So, sorry, Zach Smith, 9 votes for East Geelong. There was still a fair few names. Matthew Kasparian, who performed really well last year, he finished with 6.
great second half of the year.
Jeremy Ollis, who's been a water cooler conversation this year, he finished with this week. He finished with 5. 3 to Lockie Zimmer, who we referenced earlier. Andrew Steele in his second year got 3 votes. Will Huff got 3, but I'm assuming he would have got the 3 when he kicked 11 against Geelong West on that Sunday. Sam Purdy with 3. Jake McLean, who's probably someone we need to talk about in terms of team selection, he got the 2. Ross Simons 1. Ben Mulville 1. Benjamin Flintoff 1 for East Geelong.
Benny Crombie he seemed to get better as the season went on. Was he injured at the start of the season, or was he go in with
Well, he
any
had
sort of...
last season he had he was on Geelong VFL list and missed the majority of the season with an ankle injury. So he played obviously maybe the last 6 games, but maybe just getting some more confidence back in his body. But no, I don't think he was in because we've seen him play majority of the games all season.
Righto. Thompson Footy Club, Geordie Cam and Hennessy were probably pretty popular. I don't think there was too many more we could have put in there. Alex, what did you have on that?
Sorry, say that last bit again.
Thompson.
Well, never have we seen such a big favourite as Geordie Cam. He had 16 votes. Jed Hennessy 6. I assume 3 of those would be in that 57 possession game. Jasper Blair 3. Zachary, you're going to help me.
Rocco
O'Toole, wanted to get that right. Paul Davis got 2. Again, I'm making the assumption it's probably that 5-goal game in their loss to Werribee Central at the start of the year. 1 to Sam Jacker. Now, I got to ask you, Sam Jacker is so close to 300 games. Surely he plays again next year.
Yeah, I think he will play next year.
1 to Caleb Eden. So that's how their seniors were looking. And for the Rezzies, I think up until round 15, Chris Scott was their only bloke on the leaderboard. And as he said, Lynchy cost him a Tansing medal because then he had to play seniors the last 6
And I think he still ended up on the top of the Thompson Tansing medal votes after he played 10 senior games as well.
Unbelievable.
And we should probably mention out here in the reserves right now, we do have a cracking game between Belmont and Belpost till 7:45. Belmont Lions are leading Belpost till 6:42, and there's a minute 10 to go. So we will let you know.
No, you just called the one minute. How good's this?
We could if we had a list that we could call them with, mate. Players we know, but Murdoch's going to win the ball from the centre, so they can really slow things down now. So I think
he's going to let this last minute just hold it onto it.
Find some traffic behind you, just move it around the back line. But
so they're going into a grand final next week, Alex? So,
what a kick.
Or 2 weeks.
Murdoch straight down the guts. Belpost still need to quickly scoop this up.
Sam Jones down there trying to gather it. Going back to Murdoch. Or Harmer over the top. He couldn't quite take the ball. Now Belpost still has a high tackle, so they're going to have 30 seconds left to get the ball from true centre wing in front of us in the broadcast position. They're going to take a mark inside 50. This is like the AFL last night. Can someone be a hero for Belpost? Oh, what a time! Across the pack. That was Leo Barry, you star-esque.
Let's keep going through these lists because this game's over and done with now.
Belmont are going to win
unless he does something stupid from this point.
So, Alex, are they now into the grand final?
Yes, they are.
The Belmont Lions are into the reserves.
Well, that wasn't a great kick, but that's not going to make any difference because the siren's going to sound.
What a finish. 7-3-45 to Belpost Hill, 6-6-42. And Sam Jones is the happiest man in Geelong right now. Just jump. Whoa, look at that celebration. All right, so we got through half the teams. Who's next, guys?
Well, go Geelong West.
Geelong West, nice and easy. 4 votes, Braden Mitchell. Done. There you go. Sorry, West.
Bring on next when you're getting beaten by margins each week, it's pretty hard to get votes in a game of football. As I said, there might be some standout performances during their season, but unfortunately it gets unnoticed when other sides are kicking a lot of goals.
I thought Jackson Collins to get Team of the Year as well and not get a vote. Obviously, Backman, it's usually harder to get a vote, but I thought he might have snuck in for a couple because I think we only saw them a couple of times, but the margin could have been a lot larger if he wasn't playing for the majority of the game.
So it's funny how life works sometimes. Jackson Collins had one of the biggest leads in the club vote count. And after one of the greatest runs in local footy history, Braden Mitchell did enough to tie on the exact amount of votes. I don't know how that works out with every club every second year, but good on both of them. Inverleigh. Now, big spread here, so I'll poll through them. Mason Dixon, 8 votes. Josh Viney, 8 votes. Bo Collins, 6. Zach Plant 5, Adam Donahue 5, Dalton Grundle 5, 4 to Jared Love, Braden Warren, 3 to David Peel, Jared Bacon, Will Stoney, Luke Wilson, 2 to Noah Snezkov, and single votes to Ethan Floyd and Casey Meehan.
Yeah, well, I think I had Carey and Collins. What did you have there, Arch, in the league?
Collins and Dixon.
Mason Dixon, I probably thought might have got a few more. Who was the major vote getters?
So 8 to Dixon.
Yep.
8 to Viney.
Yeah,
Six to
he had a
Collins.
pretty good season, to be honest.
Yeah. Viney stiff not to be in the team of the year, sure.
Always a few stiff ones, isn't there? We have
Yeah.
such a high quality league and so many talented players who have such good years. It's tough to fit everyone in, but yeah, definitely
Werribee?
the stiff ones.
Werribee Centrals, for the second year in a row, Michael Culliver finishes in the top 3. Last year with 20 votes, this year with 18. He was ineligible and he did miss the last 2 games. So even if he wasn't injured, would have been interesting to see how he would have done, because Werribee finished with a win over Belpost Hill
And lost to East Geelong.
and a loss to East Geelong. And correct me if I'm wrong, both are decided by a kick.
Yep.
So if both are decided by a kick, there's 2 potential 3-vote games, gets him to 24, 2 in front of the winner, Jack Yates. Other players,
Cavalieri, was he up there?
Aaron Stone, 10
Yeah.
votes, and he was leading it after round 3, so a great start for him. 8 to Camilleri, who made the team of the year. 6 to Daryl Chesterman. 5 to Tyler Crennan, who recently finished runner-up 2 years in a row. And Tyler only played the last couple of games. So 5 votes in that patch there. 3 to Connor LC. Blake Taylor, who missed the first half. Cam Saliba 3. Kerr 3. 2 to Jack Stevenson. Joshy McDonald. Darcy Phillips. And singles to Bryce LC. Matty Watt. Damian Williams, who conquered the Rezzies vote count with Regan Vesti. And finally, one bloke I thought should have been in the team of the year in the back 6, Liam Robinson, also got a vote.
Got one
Very
vote.
good.
Okay. He was been pretty good.
Belpost Hill, Dale.
Yeah, well, I had Carter and Handley there. I don't think Handley even pulled the vote.
Hang on, were you missing a name in your predictions, boys?
Oh, no, Jack Yates was obviously
Yeah,
prominent.
No, I had Carter and Handley as well.
Archie. So the first back-to-back winner since Clayton Trotter won it for Anarchy in 01 and Inverleigh in 02 in their return year. And Luke Maher, who did a sensational job on stage as
did.
MC, asked, what is it like to join the likes of Clayton Trotter? And Yates goes, well, I haven't heard of him, which, obviously we need to put a book out on the Whitley medal, I think.
I think so as well. And then we'll promote it
how
on here.
it's going. But other than Jack Yates, well done to him. And actually, sorry, Jack Yates, the last 3 seasons when you look at it, 22 votes, ineligible in 2024. That I think's equal third after Matt
Was
James
that something?
and
Was that something from the
McIntyre.
previous year, or was that during?
No. That was the last game against Bannockburn. So he served his 2 weeks at the start of last year, but it was for an infringement which took place in
Yeah,
24,
right. Yep.
which made him eligible for last year's count, which was 24 votes. And then this year he's polled 22 to win it again. So
Model of consistency.
you got to remember, Ricky O'Toole won a medal with 41 votes in 03.
Oh, is that the record?
Oh, I hope so. If anyone's got more than that, lever poisoning alert. So the fact that now you look at it, blokes are now polling half as much and still winning the medal. And what does that come down to? The fact that we've got so many extra hot top-end talents that are sharing the love in this generation. So after Yates was Brock Carter, 13, Ruckman of the team of the year. Banjo Hickey, 7 votes, came across from Lara. 6 to Nick Costello and Dill Whitney. 3 to Ethan Coffey. 2 to Daniel Bannister. I still rate Daniel Bannister as the best lockdown defender in the league, but I'm not too sure how many games he's played because he's got a lot of commitments with Port Melbourne. Nick Flacavento 2, Timmy Barton 2, 1 to Jed Saunders, Lachlan Wilson, and Lockie Verschuren.
Did we do Winchelsea?
We haven't done
You haven't done
Winchelsea.
Winchelsea yet. I'm just on that as well, Alex. I think Banjo Hickey, what a season he's had. Speaking to Paul Lynch, he said he was the most impressed out of anyone in his whole interleague team with Banjo Hickey. He reckons he's going to go a long way with his football.
There we go. Well, sorry if we've missed any other clubs because we will have to go back to the studio. According to our producer, the best in the business, Winchelsea, they've produced 3 runner-ups. Oh, no, sorry, what's that signal? I'm rusty. All right, now Tyler's upset at me. 20 votes to Indy Parish, 16 to Finn Parish. So 2 brothers in the top.
Was he
4.
eligible in the end? Was Finn? So did he go to the tribunal? No?
That's a
Okay,
conversation
gotcha.
for later. 12 to Cam Primer, our Wayne Tyquin medalist, finished with 81 goals in a 3-vote game in the finish. 5 to Jack Sampy, 5 to Cassidy Parish, 4 to Jordan Gould, 4 to, you helped me with his name before, Ollie
Marnicky.
Marnicky. 2 to Bailey Mumberson, good get. Obviously, he's now in the reserves. 2 to Ruben James, and 1 to Ryan Williams. So Ryan Williams never got a Brownlow vote in his AFL career, but he can now say he's got a Whitley medal vote and 2 Tansing medal votes. So he can look back on his career after this year and go, boys, I made it.
Made some in-grounds in there.
Yeah.
That's very good. I think that covers us off now. And as I said, both sides are out in the ground and going through their preliminaries.
Very good. Look at that.
So just the other change today, obviously, Finn Parish out, a big important inclusion for the Winchelsea side is Caleb Brown coming back into their side. So if you're looking at a like for like, 2 different type of players, Finn Parish, or both players could probably play anywhere, but one's a dasher, one's more of a high marker and reliable shutdown man. If you wanted to have him that way, he can play forward, can play back, and obviously can also go into the ruck if things go worse for the Winchelsea side. But at least having him back in the side will be a bonus here this afternoon. And they are primed to have a red-hot crack, as I said, get themselves into a grand final. As I said, for most clubs this stage of the year in this game would want to be in a grand final, not have to go back through the process of trying to beat someone else next week to make that happen for them. And I think that will be a good start for Winchelsea if they can come in, as I said, here this afternoon and get themselves through to a grand final with the knowledge that they can sit back, make sure every player is fit and available and ready to go in 2 weeks' time. But East Geelong, as I said, 3 weeks ago, thought they might have struggled to make finals football. And here they are today playing off with an opportunity themselves to go into another grand final. So that would be a great achievement for the East Geelong Football Club. Gentlemen, what do you reckon? Who wins and why?
I think after watching, the last month of football, I think after that performance at East Geelong versus North Geelong, and then their football ever since then, I reckon that East Geelong are the best team in the comp. I'm saying that convincingly, and I haven't seen as much of Winch. Obviously, they've had the week off. They had that little blimp, if you want to call it, against Corio, but obviously resting a few players and then having a convincing win against Geelong West. How much are you read into that? So I'll be excited, be ready to go. There'll be some nerves out there as well. Obviously not playing finals for a long time, but I'm going to go with East Geelong, and I'm going to go by about 4 goals.
Alex?
You ask every one of the 10 senior coaches right now, the ones I've seen that are watching or wishing they were here today, and they'll say that the momentum has swung in East Geelong's favour since the start of round 17. And obviously, the club's been through a lot, passing of Toby Stewart, Scruncher, and everyone in the last couple of months. There's a lot of feeling in this side. Even without John McIntyre, they're going to hit it hard. But, I mean, to see Winchelsea where they've come from, I know for a fact Winchelsea, of all the clubs we've seen return from the finals drought, no lineup in that era is going to adapt themselves better to a big ground than the Winchelsea side of 2026. So I shook hands with our number 1 ticket holder, Norm Bannum. I said, but I hope for your sake the Blues can do it. So I'm going the Blues by one point, but I'm actually going to go leading goal scorer is going to be Zach Smith, Archie. Put that down.
Put it down. Okay, well, was it you might know this votes off the top of your head, Alex. Was it round 17? Sam Purdy got 3 votes, I reckon, against North Geelong, and I'm gonna go. If he plays high half forward, I'm gonna go. He's gonna kick the most goals today.
Remember, whatever we say is irrelevant. People listening only want to know who Dale thinks is going to win.
Colin Dale, who's going to win and why?
Well, as I said, I've been, I haven't been on East Geelong side for some time, but momentum can take you a fair way in football. I think, look, Winchelsea, to me, they just have a pretty good balance out there this year. They've got the pace across the ground. They've got some blokes up forward that can kick goals. If anything does sort of shift me a little bit, there's maybe just a couple of places in defence they might be found out there. And I think, again, I'm going to say the same thing as I said last week. If Ezard kicks 5 or more, East Geelong win. If he doesn't kick the 5 goals, I'm saying I say Winchelsea. So I know that's a little bit up in there, but that's how I see the game.
Yep. And, we don't even worry about who wins this game because Tyler, our magnificent producers, remind me the most important part of this game, and that is umpire Nachos is celebrating game 400. So I'll be celebrating with the boys in green after the game. What an achievement to a league favourite. You can go back to 2004, Werribee Carayo draw. He was still umpiring back then. I think Jason Doherty loved him as a commentator, and Dale, surely you got a soft spot for him as well.
Who's that?
Nachos.
Mate, I coached him playing football at Bell Park. So
There you go.
I know Nachos goes back a long way. But yeah, look, he's a great umpire. And as I said, if he can bring a few other blokes along with him, then we should be in for a great afternoon of football. So good thing part of football. It all happened last night. Collingwood getting beaten. Couldn't have gotten a better start to my weekend, I'll tell you.
Should we bring wildcard weekend of the GD?
Yes.
Make it a top 10?
Yeah.
No, you don't reward mediocrity.
Thompson go all the way again.
There we go.
We've only got how many teams in our competition?
Well,
12?
Yeah, no, you can't be doing that.
No.
Not even 8. You don't even go to 8, mate. Not a chance in hell.
We might expand to 20. Geelong's getting bigger. We're going to bring in the
Well,
fines for
Lara
the
looking for a home, aren't they?
Peninsula Sharks. All is welcome at this table at St Albans.
We're looking forward to a good game of football this afternoon, as we said. Umpires are about to start the game, and Nachos.
Just quickly as well, Alex, Jeremy Ollis got off during the week. Yes.
Gentlemen, have a great call.
We shall. We're looking forward to it. Umpire with ball in hand, as we said, and about to start this game out here this afternoon. Terrell does most of the ruck work out there for the Winchelsea Blues. Both boys, big boys, actually well past him in the warm-up. And now ball from the middle of the ground again. As Williams picks up these kick, was smothered off the boot. Ball was trying to kick off the ground there by Melville. Couldn't do so. Parrish is in there, lays a tackle. And again, this is what we want to see. Umpire making quick calls, and that's what he's been able to do. Comes in and takes possession of it, still inside the centre square. Ball has moved marginally towards East Geelong's attacking end, but again, from that ruck contest, comes out Crombie, quick hand, good smother again. Ball now back in dispute. Carver has the ball, got the handball outside to Williams, needs to pick the ball up. Not too sure it was a handball, but he got outside. I reckon it was pretty nice to Stampy. Stampy, there's a free kick being given. It's going to go to Williams. I'm not too sure what the free kick was for, but Williams now from the sensitive side of centre goes long straight down the ground towards Terrell. And coming across, Mark has been taken in defence. And that was good work. Maybe visiting out there. It is. Played very well last time we saw him. Goes out wide. Semi-low. Playing out on his wing. He's got the long sleeves on. Won't be hard to pick up. Chips back inside to Melville. Austin this time. And again, he's still defensive side of centre wing on the far side of the ground. Got options across the ground. He's seen Ollis, but decides to go straight down the line now towards their half-forward line. Ezard's the target again. Hands up. Ball gets out the back. Not picked up out there, but Doyle able to sneak around and kick the ball back inside 50. That's a good kick because Sam Lowe's moved down the ground, plays on quickly, goes into their forward line, Steele, a pole position, the target, and he has taken a good one-on-one out there. And Andrew Steele from directly in front, 40 or 30 metres out, will have the first look at goal here this afternoon.
And this will be a confidence booster for him as well. Obviously, you needed those tall targets to deliver on grand final day last year. They didn't. Let's see if he can make an impact, 2 minutes into this second semi-final.
So Andrew Steele, as you said, he's directly in front of goal. A breeze this afternoon, not even something to consider out there. So he comes in, his approach, quick run at the ball, loads up, goes straight, goes long. Umpire says that is okay. The first goal is on the board. Andrew Steele has that. East Geelong, one straight goal. Winchelsea are yet to score, as we said, just on 2 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment Centre first quarter scoreboard.
Well, I think the next 10 minutes of this game, the spotlight's going to be on Winchelsea's back six. We say that they're underrated. We say that some of the players were unlucky not to make the team of the year, but really, they haven't had a challenge in the last couple of weeks. They had the weekend off, 200-point win the week before that. They would have had 10 inside 50s to worry about in that second half against West. So I'm not worried about who kicks the first goal for Winchelsea. I'm worried about how their defenders respond to East Geelong's next forward entries.
What about the nerves as well? A bit of scoreboard pressure early. A lot of these players haven't played in finals, so it's going to test them for sure. They can put another couple on here, East. So we are back in the middle now. Tap over the top. Kasparian got the second tap out. Ball came down to the path of Tyrrell. Now they're going to go inside forward 50. Winchelsea in the path of Parrish. Yes, takes the mark. It was out in front of him. That was a good mark taken in the end. Indy Parrish is going to line up from probably 40 metres out, maybe 35. Not too much angle to contend with. And that's how you like it as a forward. Right out in front. So now to respond. Their first finals goal for quite a long time. So even it up here at St Albans Reserve. Indy Parrish comes in. 35 metres out. He's kicked the goal. It's all square here. One goal apiece early. The Buckley's Entertainment first quarter scoreboard. We have gone 3.5 minutes.
Dale, you reckon he's the best mid-sized forward in the comp? The reason I asked that, 5 of the 6 team of the year forwards were all big men. So Ben McPherson was the only one that probably wasn't over 6'3".
Yep.
I reckon Indy Parrish would have to be there.
He's, look, as I said, his season this season, since he's moved to midfield and been able to get involved in there, has been the best I've seen him play. And ball now back in the middle of the ground. Ball comes out, and again, his Bister gets the ball. Handball goes out to Parrish. Comes back inside. His Bister got it back again. Didn't have a clean handle on the ball there. Terrell's followed all the way up down the ground. He's taken it. Tries to get a handball up over the top. Looks like some hard work being done at ground level out there. It's been held up. The umpire, again, as we wanted to see, a quick call. So a ball up will take place. It's probably on the forward 50 arc. For Winchelsea, ball comes out of the contest. Brown lines up, and he is offline and by a fair way by there, but through from minor score. It is a score. 1-1 now, Winchelsea. East Geelong, 1 straight goal. 4.5, almost 5 minutes gone. Buckley's Entertainment Centre, first quarter scoreboard.
Paddy Vincenten, he's going to chip short, find Austin Mulville. How good was Vincenten last week? One of the best players on ground. He's going to go short again to find Monahan. His generals down back. Him and Vincenten, so important. And he's going to run past centre wing. He kicks the ball. Oh, early fly. Ball gets over the back now. Doyle there couldn't quite go with the ball. Then it was stolen. And then a handball in front. It was Purdy. He did really well. Back inside. Sam Lowe's first touch. He's run down. Nacho says gone. Holding the ball and a good win early.
He's in trouble, Sammy.
For Caleb Brown. Sammy doesn't look good now. The umpires have just stopped the game because he is in play.
He's had some shoulders troubles. Was that he was out for, or arm injuries or something?
So now down the line, ball gets spoiled. It's going in the path of. So that play there now forward. Good mark in the middle of the ground by Williams. He's going to turn and go inside the forward 50. Down there's Primack. Can he get to the ball? He can't quite. Now he turns his opponent inside out. Handball over the top from that occasion. Gets parried away. Well done from East Geelong. Gallant in defence. Now wheeling around the corner was Monahan. Sam Lowe, he looks okay. Taking the ball was Williams now. He plays on. Inside the forward 50 again. Opportunity mark taken by Carver. It was beautiful vision back in board.
Well, look, I'll let you call this goal, Arch, but I have to disagree with that. I don't think Sam Lowe does look okay. I'm with our producer there.
He's up.
Looks like an ankle. But he didn't put any momentum into that contest. So I reckon Crombie's going to come on for him in the next minute.
But he did injure himself very early on in the season in a snowboarding incident. Or no, it was a practice game. He was meant to go to the snow the next day. Anyway, Carver comes in now. Pick their second goal from 45. Doesn't look great off the boot. It's going to hold its line. It does. Winchelsea have kicked their second. 2-1-13 to 1 goal straight East Geelong. We have gone 7 minutes in this first quarter, brought to you by Buckley's Entertainment.
So for our radio listeners that don't see the vision, Sam Lowe, he's walked across from one wing to the other. I think he's just going to keep playing on the broadcast wing until Jeremy Ollis or Ben Crombie can come back on for him. But yeah, he just didn't look right in that first contest post-ankle. But if he keeps running with it, then he's good to go.
I reckon it was more upper body that
You reckon?
stung him than anything. There was a pretty solid tackle by Brown. So we're back in the middle again. Terrell's doing the ruck work, and as we said, we're doing that most of the day. They got the handball or the tap out there, goes inside. Williams tries to force the ball outside. He was able to do so. Lowe's picked up, and he's going to get another test on that arm. He was tackled quickly, brought to ground, and he will get himself up.
Doesn't look great, does he?
Oh,
No,
it's an ankle.
no, I reckon it's a hip.
Nacho's just calling it there. Jeremy Ollis on the bench ready to come on.
It's always a risk playing injured players.
It looks like he's holding his groin or. So we're going to have a bit of a hold up here. As I said, it's right where the play is, and he's struggling to even get himself up off the ground at the moment. So East Geelong just taking the opportunity to make a couple of interchanges here. I hope for Sammy it's not serious, but he is struggling to get himself up, although he's almost there now. I'm not sure why they haven't even got a stretcher out there for him. He's in no good. There's got to be a stretcher somewhere, doesn't he? Surely there's got to be something there to get him off the ground. As I said, he's no good to himself.
We'll get another person to help carry him off. Looks like the ankle.
The two water boys carrying him off now. We've just hit the 9-minute mark of this first term, but Sam Lowe, as we've mentioned all week, was the one of two inclusions with John McIntyre out of the side, and I think that's his game over for the afternoon.
I don't think if the way he's moving, mate, he'd be lucky to get back at goal now. He's looking in a fair bit of pain. Well, I still can't understand why they haven't got a stretcher there to get him off the ground.
My understanding is there should be a stretcher through
at
the
least,
league. There's a stretcher right there.
Well, why can't they get someone to get it out?
Jeremy Ollis
is
now
pointing at the stretcher.
Is holding onto the stretcher on the boundary.
To even let the players go out and get him off, for God's sake.
If we can just turn our camera to the left, Jeremy Ollis is holding the stretcher, and he's passed it to the trainer there. So there we go. So this has certainly taken some momentum out of the opening quarter. Of course, this took place at the 7-minute mark. We've now hit the 10-minute mark of the first term. So we haven't had.
They've got him up now. They've got to get him down again. The poor bugger.
Oh, the doctor's come out as well. GDFNL doctor.
Dr. Bevan. Dr. Bevan Hurst at the GDFNL is actually just walking out now to assess the situation.
Looks like he's holding something in his groin, I reckon. At least he's now.
Would you reckon that was the initial injury he did on the outer side of the ground? Because he wasn't in that much pain because otherwise he wouldn't have stayed out there.
It's obviously triggered something, and this has just finished it off, I'd say.
Winchelsea players doing the honourable thing, clapping him off. The East Geelong players, they're determined to get the next score back on the board.
We saw how much of an impact it had on the rotations when Belmont lost David Allett before, or we didn't even see him come on the ground. Did we last week, Dale?
No, so, actually, I didn't even know he got out there.
Yeah.
I didn't see the incident happen, but it was pointed out that he was sitting in the box with. He wasn't too well. So anyway, let's hope all the best there for Sammy, because as I said, I hate to see him finish this season that way. But as I said, that tackle on the far side of the ground was pretty heavy. I think she thought he'd hurt shoulder or arm, but it definitely looks like a groin the way he was holding himself there. But anyway, plays now restarted. Mobile in there doing the ruck work. Williams gets the handball out the back. Didn't travel too far. Manari had the ball, lost it again. Winchelsea here working pretty hard. That was a high tackle, and it's going to be a free kick. Free kick will go to Purdy, it is, and he's right in the middle of the ground. Looks to drive the ball long, straight down the ground. Ezard's the target. Ball out the back, coming through. Nice, it was Gemmell. Got the kick and went the ball outside. Marnicky kicked the ball back inside 50. It's going after it and running it back towards the boundary line. Sees it over. Umpire said, let's throw it then. Umpire was right there, so was able to call that. From the forward pocket area, probably about 35 around from goal. East Geelong's attacking into the ground. Currently trailed by 7 points. Ball thrown back in. Ezard doing the ruck work. Comes to the front of the contest. Again, it's trying to be fed out the back. And again, this is what we like to see. Umpires making some quick calls. And from inside 50, a ball up will take place.
We always get the best umpire for the finals as well, Dale.
Grubby's team, we don't know the rest of them, as I said, but we'll try and endeavour to try and find something out. Picked up out there, and it's kicked around the corner by Cook, back outside 50. He did get some good distance on there. Again, now on the far side of the ground, players converge on the ball, and umpire will ask for it back again, just outside forward 50. I think it was her groin then, but Parrish was, I think, that got the ball out. It was Caleb Brown got the ball out, got the handball inside to his teammate, and quickly it was set upon by the opposition. East Geelong come up with the ball, but it will go straight back to the umpire for another ball up. That was Doyle. Works pretty hard, Doyle. Mobile takes the ball out of that ruck contest, got the handball away. Marnicky, quick hands again. So they worked the ball back inside 50, the defensive 50, Winchelsea, but again, it's been held up with the umpire in quickly. James was the play with ball in hand. So they're working by in that same area now. Caleb Brown gets the ball. Was tackled pretty much without the ball. Henry's there over the top of it, left it behind, picked up Crombie. Little kick forward. Going to be turned around going the other way. Marnicky's got the ball in hand now. Little chip up over the top. Went towards his teammate. Crombie did some good defensive work there. Ball's got the boundary line. Was it touched and pushed over? Umpire said that was okay. Reuben James was a Winchelsea player in that marking contest. So ball's just outside East Geelong's forward 50 here. Benny Mulville in there doing that ruck work now. Terrell also doing the ruck work. Mulville jumped pretty high there, but Williams takes the ball out of the contest. Tries to get out of there, couldn't do so, and we'll have another ball up, which will take place just outside 50.
So in between Snowing and half forward, East Geelong. And Mulville gets the ball down, coming through. That was well done on that occasion by Brown, although it trickles inside the forward 50. Handball back out. They're going to be careful. Gemel is going to be good with his disposal. Kicks across goal. Kick had to be good, and it was. To find Cook. Cook's going to move the ball quickly down the line. Running back trying to gather it is Marnicky. And he goes a bit further. Monaghan did really well on that occasion. Turns his opponent inside out. He's going to send the half forward. He's Ezard for the first time today. One bite of the cherry. Couldn't quite complete it. Quick hands inboard as well by Carver. And then a little chip kick over the top. Oh, turned over. Well done from Crombie. He handballs back inside. They're going to go deep here inside the forward 50. Big fly from behind. Ball hits the deck. Steal there. Brown there as well. Ball somewhere under that pack. And we're going to have a stoppage 35 metres out from the East Geelong goal.
So Winchelsea players positioning themselves a fair bit behind the footy, and I think capitalising over the momentum post Sam Lowe injury.
Ezard took it out of the ruck, then it comes down to the path of Smith. He couldn't quite steal for the boundary, or couldn't quite. He probably had more time than he thought he had, and didn't steady. But it scrape in for a minor score. It has, so it's the first minor score for East Geelong of the day. 2-1-13 now. Winchelsea are leading East Geelong 1-1-7. We have gone 16 minutes in this first quarter. Brought to you by Bucks Entertainment. Now Winchelsea are going to exit from the club room side of the ground. They're down the line looking for Goulding to fly, and a great mark taken by Brown. In front of him. He had no one man in the mark, so he's going to play on. In front of us in the broadcast position. Kicks up to true centre wing. Bissington, good position. Ball hits the deck now. It was a beautiful spinning pirouette from Adams. Got the ball forward. Back to Adams now. He's trying to find his teammate on the outer side. Now it was Bolch who got the ball, and then it gets parried over the boundary line. So we'll have a ball in about centre wing. 2-1-13 to 1-1-7. The breaking news is Sam Lowe is out of this game early. What looked like was a groin injury. Ball back in now. Ezard got the ball down. Coming through was Williams. Couldn't quite gather it. Now, very contested ball. Head over the footy. Umpire's still called play on. And now he's called a holding free kick. It's going to go to the way of the Blues. Oh, no. He's put his arm out the wrong way. It's going the way of East Geelong. So, Crombie down the line. Looking for Ezard. Can he get a jump at this? Yes! Was it a mark? No. Thought he had it. Umpire called play on. Handball back inside now to Cook. He couldn't gather the ball, and then also involved there was Cassidy Parrish. Umpire's called advantage, although Cook didn't know it was his free kick. He kicks down the line, looking for his teammate. Oh, beautiful mark coming across. That should be 50. The umpire's called play on, though, so opportunity for Winchelsea now inside their forward 50. Fanning had to be good, and he was. Now the kick out to the wing. Is it a mark taken? It is. Doyle strong over the ball. So he's got Payne short. He's not going to use him. Doyle's going to take it was had to be a miracle kick, and he couldn't find Kasparian. Cook takes the mark now for Winchelsea. He's going to go inside. The switch might be on here. The mark is taken. They're going to go wide again now. Marnicky, he kicks. This is the one that has to be good, and it is. He finds his teammate in Zampi. Zampi takes one bounce. He might take another one. No, he lowers his eye. The kick wasn't good enough to find his teammate in Gould. It bounces over the back. Banning leads the race, but he's happy to see the ball over the boundary line. So we'll have a ball in deep in Winchelsea's forward line. With 18 minutes gone in this first quarter. Exciting game of football. Ball back in now. I heard a whistle. Umpires called play on. Gasparin couldn't quite get there. And then coming through, Crombie did really well. The ball was parried out of his hands, though. Indy Parish now kick back around the corner. Banning takes the mark in defence. Jaden Banning is going to go wide. Is that 15? Umpire says no, it's not. They have to be quick. They've got numbers on this outer side. So Zimmer has the ball now. Inclusion this week. Him and Sam Lowe placing McIntyre down the line and McKeown, and that's a good defensive mark taken. So now they're going to wheel around Winchelsea, go to about their 50 arc, and there's plenty of bit of kick to kick to each other at the moment. It's another turnover. So Flintoff, it's like he's going to go out to side, trying to get the path of Ezard or Doyle. Ezard hasn't taken a mark yet, but he's had a couple of good cracks at it. Then coming through was Will Hoff, and then down the line is Smith. Now it's inside forward 50 in the path of Ben Mulville. It's a one-on-one between him and Cook. He keeps the ball in front of him, Ben Mulville. Steals there as well. Can he pick up the ball? He handballs. There's a player open if he can gather the ball. It might have been high. Takes 1, 2, 3. Umpire says play on it. Might have been Monahan. What's he doing down there? Steele now gets tackled. We'll have a stoppage inside the forward 50. 2-1-13. Winchelsea, they lead East Geelong 1-1-7. We've gone 20 minutes in this first quarter. Brought to you by Buckers Entertainment.
All top of the goal square here, so it's important that some late smother there from Winchelsea. Brought down by Mulville, goes towards half, picks the ball up, gives it inside to Parrish. Parrish got the handball back outside, so they're able to work now through Carver. Carver gets the ball back towards centre wing. Going to land just inside the field of play. Was touched over the boundary line. Primmer couldn't take the mark, which spoiled there from Dixon. So ball will come back to the umpire here, and the throw will take place right in front of where we sit here. Between centre wing and the half forward line, still it's Geelong's attacking end. Terrell hasn't been unchanged out there. Kasparian had a bit of a break. Ball comes out the back, goes outside. Minari picked the ball up, went one way, got the handball out the back. So they lose a bit of ground. Payne picks the ball up, got the handball back to Minari. Put him back on the boundary line, but it went back to Payne, so that's okay. Ball goes now a little bit forward, picked up by Benny Mulville. On the swing, goes long into their forward line. Kick had to be good, and out the back. That was a great kick, and the mark has been taken just in the field of play. And I reckon it's Steele that's got the ball, and he's right on the boundary line. A difficult shot at goal here. He's obviously going to look for some opposition or some targets in front of goal. Or does he take it upon himself? This stage, it looks like he's going to take it upon himself. Can't even see where he is, Alex, but that's all right.
I reckon he'd be behind, right next to the beer van.
Well, I see the shot. It's a banana kick at goal, but he brought that up a little bit short as well. So 1 goal, 2 to himself, 1 goal, 2 to East Geelong. They trail Winchelsea 2-1, and we have gone 21 minutes. But a little bit of time to go here because injury to Sammy Lowe. Ball goes out wide. Hughes, nice kick out there. Houston outside the huff, and he's got the ball back pocket far side of the ground. Of options this side, but it'd be a dangerous kick to bring it across the goal. A long kick down the line here now. Mark not taken, or was it? Umpire said yes, it was. It's been paid. Winchelsea able to maintain that position of the footy just outside their defensive 50. Able to move the ball very quickly here, so they just go long back towards centre wing. Ruckman are there. Gould's also there. Spoil comes behind. Gould has ended up with a ball, but it can't be claimed as a mark, and a ball up will take place far side of the ground. 2-1-13 to the Winchelsea Blues, 1-2 to East Geelong, and 22 minutes gone, first quarter.
So ball out of side, quick kick forward from Austin Mulville. Umpire Blues whistle, I'm not recalled. Play on now, handball over the self in the middle. It wasn't a bad one into the path of Winchelsea. The player running, trying to gather the ball was James. Right on his hammer was Monahan. He did beautifully to get the ball out to Steele. Steele now chip kick to fire Minari. Couldn't quite. Cutting across was Walsh. He gets the ball now down the line, trying to find his teammate in Gould. Went over his head. Ball stays in. They're appealing for deliberate. And I think it's just going to be a ball in. It is. So 35 metres out from the Winchelsea goal. They've dominated play in the last 10 minutes or so. East Geelong just haven't been able to put it on the scoreboard. Ball comes back in now. It was a good tap on that occasion from Gould. Gets the ball forward, and then Crombie's had a good start to this game. He runs across goal. Oh, his legs are taken out as he kicked it. Umpire says wasn't downfield play on. Trying to get it to Ollis. He lays the tackle. Now they win the ball in about their half-back line. Oh, and then ran down. Beautiful tackle on that occasion from Cook. Just had no one ahead of the footy, East Geelong. They've turned the ball over. So they need Ezard and Smith. But all the players are in Winchelsea's attacking half. Now down the line from Cook, and they find a target. Big fly through the hands of Parrish. Oh, Cassidy went with the hack kick out of the air as well. Umpire's called a free kick. Maybe he has. I think it is against Winchelsea. So it's going to go to the East Geelong defender. Is it Vissenton? Yep, looks like it is. So Vissenton has the ball in the last line of defence.
Well, Dixon, can't tell. Big Dixon there.
They're going to go out wide now. It's not a great kick. It was well picked up by Kasparian and then handballed. But looks like it was Monahan or a lot of pressure. So we'll have a ball up just on their defensive 50 line. East Geelong defense 50. We've got 60 out from Winch's goal. Up again now. Oh, big climb from Terrell. Couldn't quite get the ball out now, though. And the ball hits the deck, heavily contested. We'll have another stoppage. Just in between Winch's half forward line and centre wing. Now, ball, big fly again coming up the back. Williams is there. Can they get a clear passage of play? They can't. So we'll have another stoppage.
Well, both sides have put on some very, very big scores in the last few weeks. I'll guarantee you both we won't have a high-scoring game today. This is just flood footy on both sides.
So ball hits the deck now. Crombie in and under is always trying to win the ball for his team. He's won a free kick. Has the ball now. Still in that same position. Go chip short. Sort. Find his teammate at 15. Yes, the umpire says it was. Let's try and find the right option here now. Austin Mulville's the next one on the target. So they're about at centre wing now. Chip kick to try and boundary road side of the ground. Now down the line, looking for Ezard. Can he fly? He can. He can't take the ball though. Purdy, was he taken high? Umpire says no. So a stoppage now in between East Geelong's half forward line and centre wing. Up again now, the ruckman go. Big tap out on that occasion by Terrell. Running back, Payne runs over the ball. Now a handball forward opportunity. Now it is for Bolch. He's going to go inside the forward 50. Parrish is there. Oh, 3 flew. There's going to be a block out. It's going to be a free kick to Indy Parrish. One of the players went for the player and not the ball. And so Indy Parrish have the opportunity to kick his second goal. And Winchelsea's third. Extend their lead in this first quarter. Did you see it, Alex?
I was just actually trying to work out who the best matchup for East Geelong is on him. Obviously, he's en route to be the multiple goal kicker for Winchelsea.
Dixon's the bloke.
You keep him on the entire time?
Yep. Yep. He'll drift in the midfield, Indy, but when he comes back, he's going to guard him, I think.
So, second in the Whitley medal earlier this week. Indy Parrish goes back. He loves it off the boot. He's got his second. Winchelsea up their third. 3-1-19. They lead East Geelong 1-2-8. We have gone 26 minutes in the first quarter. Brought to you by Bucky's Entertainment.
I reckon both set shots, goal and then straight off the bench for no other reason than to be near the photographer and have the fierce out. But no. Fantastic start by the Blues. I actually thought East Geelong had more control throughout this opening term, but the scores will read as we approach this first break. 3-1 to 1-2, as you guys have said.
Yes, I'm not too sure why they take a bloke off when he kicks a goal. It happens on television as well. But anyway, ball back in the middle of the ground. Both ruckman, that was nicely out. But back to Williams, breaks through the tackle, kicks long into their forward line once again. Parrish is down there. This time Mark not taking it. Was in, which one? Cassidy that time, wasn't it? So he's gone forward. Brown comes into the middle, Indy off the ground. So they've got some marking options down there still. Ruckman at it this time. Again, Gould doing the ruck work down there. Out the back door it comes. Brown the first to arrive, picks the ball up. He's tackled, one arm held. Umpire Nachos sees there's no chance for him to get any ball out of there. So ball up will take place this time outside forward 50 or just outside. Terrell now pushed himself down there. Ruck contest straight into the hands of Williams. He's tackled ball to ground. And we're going to have a repeat of what we've just had. That ball up, same position. Carroll's got a good jump on him out there. He's up over the top once again. This time he taps a little bit further into their attack, but he's picked up by Visson, goes out towards the boundary line. Picked up out there just in time. Winchelsea able to keep the ball back inside the field of play. His Vista got the handball away, but picked out an East Geelong opponent, and the ball goes out towards centre wing. Mark has been taken. So they now work through Purdy, goes long down towards Ezard. He sneaks across the front of the contest, couldn't take the mark. Ball goes over the boundary. Throw-in will take place on that far side between centre wing and half forward. Some good quick work there, turning the ball around from East Geelong. Just couldn't finish it off with Ezard's mark in that forward line. Kasparian again doing the ruck work. Ezard still back inside 50 now. Henry the job on him at the present time. So East Geelong come through the contest, got the handle outside, went towards Hoff. At ground level, works pretty hard, picks the ball up, needs to feed the ball out. Now he might be in trouble, although umpire said no prior opportunity there. And we're going to have another ball up and that position between centre wing and half forward. Ball up in the air this time. Both ruckmen both had a little bit on that. Ball picked up and kicked forward by Payne into their forward line. And mark has been taken, although umpire said no. Diving for that mark was Nagel and just couldn't finish it off. Got there quite nicely, but mark wasn't taken. So they've moved the ball into their 50 this time. So they keep progressing the ball forward, East Geelong. Goal late in this quarter will be very handy for them. So ruck contest again. There's a free kick being given for a hold, I think, and it's going to go to Williams. Been prominent in the first quarter. A lot of clearance work from the middle of the ground. And now it's a kick on the half-back line. So he just goes straight down towards centre wing, straight down the line. In front, Terrell, good spoil from behind Kasparian, gets the ball back towards the boundary line. And again, it will go over and a ball in will take place. Far side, 30 minutes ticks by, 3-1-19 to the Winchelsea side, 1-2-8 to East Geelong. Buckley's Entertainment Centre first quarter scoreboard.
Well, Winchelsea never looked back from quarter time in their round 15 11-point win over the Eagles. There's enough time for one more Blues goal. They'll be in the exact same position.
So just the Eagles side of centre wing as the umpire throws the ball in. That's automatically a ball up. So very contested game of football early in this one. Up again now. Through try to get the ball out. Kasparian did pretty well. The other side getting closer to their goal. Probably 70 out now. And Nacho says, give it to me. We'll have another stoppage. Probably 75 metres out from East Geelong's goal now. Nari in the middle. East Geelong was good last week. Ball. Boundary side now. Doyle trying to run after it. We'll have another stoppage. So 3-1-19 to 1-2-8. Even after East Geelong's dominance in play. Couldn't put it on the scoreboard early on. So back in now. Kasparian tries to get the ball down. Cassie Parrish coming through. He couldn't gather it either. In and under now. We'll probably have another stoppage. We will.
Been a lot of that lately.
A very contested game of football. Free side out here. They can get the ball and switch it with a lot of space. So up again now. Terrell did really well on that occasion. Now in and under Williams. He couldn't gather the ball. Have another stoppage.
John Reese, Jake McLeod, and Nachos. That's from Grub.
That's got the same message. As the ball comes back in now. Big tackle. Umpire says play on. This might work out now. Now we have some space. Handball over the top. But now Coverdale has it. He's going to kick the ball forward. It's a one-on-one further of the ball. Primo, oh, big fish coming through from Dixon. He's punched it about 50 metres to Mulville on the wing. Now the handball back. Umpire says play on coming through. They've got some numbers inside. Bissington has the ball. He's going to take his time. And oh, what a measured kick it is. They've got the ball centre wing. They go back inboard now to the middle of the ground. Minari has it. They're going to use the switch. Marnicky's out here trying to defend. He's going to go further to Purdy. Purdy might take the mark 50 out. Oh, he dropped the sitter. Purdy kicks around the corner now. Slipped in the square. Can he take it off? Big fly. Zach Smith can't quite. Oh, it's the deck now. Two players converge. We'll have a stoppage 25 metres out from the East Geelong goal. And finally, some exciting free-flowing football.
I'll tell you this now. If that ended in a goal, that would have been the Kempy, read the play of the year, starting with that Dixon spoil.
So ball comes out now. Ben Mulville puts his head over the football. How's the umpire see that? He umpires it well and says, no prior opportunity. So 30 metres out now from the East Geelong goal. They need one here. Ezzard, handball over the top, although Brown took it out. Now they're going to kick down the line in front of us in the broadcast position. Kasparian flies. He couldn't quite take it. Gould is claiming the mark. He's going to get it. Now inboard to Indy Parish. Indy Parish down the line. Can Williams jump over the top? He does pretty well, but so does Payne. Payne has to beat Good and Primer as the siren goes for quarter time. Scores are 3-1. 19 Winchelsea. They lead East Geelong 1-8. We went 34 minutes in that first quarter. Brought to you by Bucky's Entertainment.
And you see Indy Parish, the runner-up in the Whitley medal. Bottom of that pack, obviously there's some tension in it with 3 quarters to go. Last time they played, scores at quarter time, East Geelong 1 behind, Winchelsea 4-5-29. So we've got a lot of a closer ball game, but as we keep mentioning before we go to this break, Sam Lowe out of the game from the 7-minute mark.
Goal kickers, Dale.
Yep, Indy Parish has 2 and Carver 1, and for East Geelong, their only goal kicker is Andrew Steele, and that was in the first 2 minutes of the game. So we're going to take a short break. Come back shortly. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
Local sporting clubs are at the heart of communities like ours here in Geelong. That's why I love what Geelong Cat's official asset finance partner Morris is doing with the Morris Community Cashback Program. When you settle a loan with Morris and nominate a local sporting club, Morris gives $500 directly back to that club. That funding can help local clubs invest in equipment, facility upgrades, club improvements and junior development programs that benefit the entire community. So if you're thinking about financing your next car, truck, trailer or even a boat or caravan, you'll be supporting your local sporting club at the same time. Because when local businesses support local communities, everybody wins. So this week, let's back the Cats and back our community with Morris Community Cashback.
And at quarter time, it is Winchelsea 3-1. They lead East Geelong on 1-2. And East Geelong got away to a flyer within the first 2 minutes of the game. Andrew Steele put their solitary goal. He has their whole score at this time in 1-2. But after that is Winchelsea were able to take a little bit more control back, Alex, and look pretty good.
Absolutely. Indy Parish, obviously the star there. I thought Fanning did a very good job on Geordie Gould. He usually tries to suck some of their defenders up away from the forward line, but no, good. Jaden Fanning, fantastic. And we were just discussing before the quarter time siren Dixon's role on Indy. Well, I reckon Jack Dixon actually played half the amount of time on Cam Primer. And of course, when you keep the Wayne Tyquin medal, if it's kicked 80 goals away from the ball for the first quarter of footy, that's a good start. On the other end, Andrew Steele's probably the top performer. He's taken 2 marks inside 50 for the Eagles, kicking their only goal. I'm trying to watch the narrative there. I reckon it's a contribution with Adam Walsh, who's done most of the work on him. The captain had a 10-minute patch on him there, but the ball didn't go near him. So really, who's going to win this next quarter? It's whoever wins the footy in the middle. And right now, without Finn Parrish or John McIntyre, the biggest name in that centre square right now for me is Ryan Williams. And I think he's been sensational.
Doing a good job. But also Jaden Fanning down back. He obviously plays on one of those other 2 blokes you were just talking about before. So and it was interesting because most times we've seen Winchelsea play, and it's obviously not too many during the course of the year, but it was interesting that their full forwards getting up the ground a fair bit. Like he was up here in front of us at one stage. Now, whether that's trying to break, get away from him for a middle while, but he's an important player from back inside 50. He's a bit like the Evans boys.
Yeah, 100%.
You don't want to see them out of their range or out of their goal space because when the ball comes in, that's when they're really, really dangerous. Now, he may have been up just getting a feel for the ball because the ball hasn't come down a lot, but I'm not too sure. But at this stage, hasn't. I don't think he's put a hand on the ball, and Ezard's probably the other. He's been in front.
He's had 2 or 3 opportunities. I reckon he had one in front of us here that I thought could have been paid, but I reckon the game's been umpired really well. They've let it go as well, and very contested as well. You don't want those half free kicks as well. They're blowing the whistle quickly for the stoppages. I think the other interesting battle, of course, is the ruck battle between Kasperian and Terrell, and I've really enjoyed that. And I reckon Terrell's doing a great job so far.
Well, Carter's your team of the year ruck. I think these 2 are probably podium finish.
Yeah.
I don't know who I've forgotten in that conversation, but Tyrrell coming from basketball and winning a minor premiership as a ruckman, and then Kasperian, well, from the sounds of things, he had a very big influence on last week's win.
So it's interesting. As I said, second quarter action is not too far away, and everything looks like it's nearly in hand now. A few spectators just to leave the ground before the umpires will put the ball back in the air once again. I'm not too sure. There could be too many more behind the fence. I can't see. I'm looking around the ground now. Bit better crowd out there this afternoon than has been the first weekend of football, but you would expect that to grow. Ballerine, do they start their finals this afternoon?
I believe they do.
Oh, yeah, you're right. They do. Yep.
Last round of the GFL this afternoon also. So here we go, second quarter action, and umpire with ball in hand, about to start play. Well, in the air, ball goes. Both Ruckman again, hands on it from that contest. Parrish gets boot the ball, takes it into their half-forward line, nicely trapped out there. And it's going to be moved forward out there by Adams. Long kick goes into their forward line. Mark required. Primmer's up. Doesn't take the mark. Good spoil. Out the front. Crombie read that off the pack nicely. Kicks long back outside 50. Henry best positioned out there. Ezard made a contest of it though. Ball comes to ground. Henry left the ball behind. Umpire said he had hold of him. Not too sure that was the case, but anyway, it's going to be Luke Henry that will win the possession of that ball. Centre wing side, club room side of the ground. Wants to drive the ball back to their half forward line. In front, Terrell. Kasperian, good strong spoil over the back. Went back and he got the ball back in his zone. He's had another go at it. Keeps losing the ball. Carter tries to emerge with it. He's tackled as he came out the other side. Umpire again, as they've done, as I said, good move. In quickly, ball up again. Quick ball up and again. Both ruckmen over the top. Terrell had one go. It comes down. Goes to Williams once again. He got boot the ball. Didn't travel too far. Parrish picks the ball up. Got the handball outside, but it's been turned over. Flintoff going the other way for East Geelong. Kicks the ball back to their half-forward line. That was good work by Ezard. Tried to keep the ball alive, but the Winchelsea defence have been able to read that off the top of the pack. Go back towards centre wing. Brown's up. Doesn't had one go at it. Terrell got the handle outside. Cassidy Parrish gets the handle back inside. Bolsh running player through the middle. Williams could have gone over the top once again, but goes into the forward line. Parrish in front. Was never going to miss that. Unfortunately, Martin had just slipped a little bit when he went to take off. And that's all the space that Indy Parrish needed. He can go back, look at his third goal of the afternoon. He's dangerous. He's getting more dangerous as this game progresses.
And I'll keep saying it. East Geelong, if you're not watching the stream, you're watching it, or you're listening on radio, they're doing everything to keep Primer and Gould away from the ball. But guess what? There's also Indy Parrish, and he's going for a third goal at the 2-minute mark of the second term.
And he stands over 6 foot, I reckon.
Yeah.
He's. I stood next to him the other day at the vote count, and he's a tall young fellow. And playing some really good football as well. So can he finish off his good work early? Yes, he can. He likes it as soon as he left his boot. And why wouldn't you? 3 goals this afternoon. 4 now for the Winchelsea Blues. They're 4 goals 1. They lead East Geelong 1 goal 2. And we have gone just on 2 minutes. Elders Insurance second quarter action.
Now, I'll tell you what, a runner-up placing in the Whitley medal shouldn't bother you when you've got a bigger job on the line. But if I'm Ben Maloney, I look at that leaderboard and we've got this game 3 days away. Be the best thing for me because I'd be like, Indy's now going to have this first half that you could only dream of, and that's exactly what he's displayed. 4 marks inside 53 goals, and 1 more, and yeah, it'll be pretty tough for the Eagles by then.
Pushing a low scoring affair as ball comes back up now, and then Kasparian trying to win his own ruck tap. He does, gets the ball to Crombie, who's played pretty well so far. Into the path of Purdy, went through his hands and his opponents in Walsh's. Ball on the outer side now. Good hands over the top here from East Geelong. There's Zach Smith. He turns his opponent inside out, kicks down, long in the forward line. It gets over the back. Yes! Steele takes the mark, and he'll kick from point blank range to kick his second goal and East Geelong's second goal of the game. It's good ball movement on the outer side from East Geelong. Zach Smith turns his opponent inside out, and Steele playing in front. Seen him with a good month of football together here as he comes in. Yes, it kicks the goal. He gets that one back that East Geelong needed. 2-2-14 now to 4-1-25. We have gone 4 minutes on the second quarter scoreboard, brought to you by Elders Insurance.
And I talk about reliable options for Winchelsea to hit back at the Eagles. Well, now they put Ryan Williams in the forward line next to Primer. So Indy's come off. Just goes to show you all these selections they had. Caleb Brown's come back into the side. He'll start in the middle in this stoppage. So Winchelsea will want the role there, but players like Smith and Crombie that have kept the Eagles relevant this first half.
Back in the middle we go once again. Well, Nacho's just going from one side to the other. Not too sure. Maybe the sun in the eyes if he balls it up the other way. I'm not too sure, but he's got better view on it now. Umpire throws it up this time again. Terrell taps the ball down, goes to Cassidy. Outside is Mister, kicks up over the top. Was nicely weighted, and the mark has been taken out there. And it was Adams, so he goes in the left boot. Wasn't good that time. Into the hands now of Crombie. His kick goes back towards centre wing. Purdy's out in some space by himself. Needs to pick the ball up. Tried to get away. That was nice work out there. Walsh able to bring the ball down to ground. Picks the ball up. His kick was smothered off the boot. They're still working pretty hard. I mean, Bolsh trying to work his way through that contest. He went back and got it again. Tackled. Ball to ground. Umpire in. Will take possession of it between centre wing, half forward. St Albans on their far side of the ground. The ball up in the air. Tyrrell back over the top. Comes out towards Wallace. Taps it back nicely to Vissidin. Back outside to Wallace on the right boot. Kicks back towards centre wing. Purdy has to make a contest. Ball from this good spoil from behind. Goes towards Brown, but Winchelsea have some numbers. Go into their forward line. Chip up over the top. Went to Parrish. Goes to 50. Handballs to Gould. Missed the target coming through Vissidin. Actually, it wasn't. It was Payne. Handball straight back to Cassidy Parrish. He goes towards goal, and he finishes. He's got his first of the afternoon now, and the fifth for Winchelsea. 5-1 to the Winchelsea Blues. 2-2 East Geelong. And we have gone 5, almost 6 minutes. Elders Insurance, second quarter.
Well, they say every disadvantage has its advantage, and that missed handball by Gould just falls into Cassidy's lap there. So a great start for the 50% of the Parrish brothers that are on the field right now. East Geelong, I've got a lot of faith that players like Crombie and Kasparian can get them going before half time, but we need more names on that list because there's a few that haven't made quite the impact you would have liked after quarter time.
It's a great call, Alex, as we are back in the middle now. Sparing, he evens that tap out, then wins the second one. Austin Mulville, he's one that probably needs to get going a little bit for East Geelong. He kicks it out into the path towards their half-forward line. Marnick's first there. Handball over the top. Indy Parish come right up the ground, and that is a handball last possession out of bounds. So it will be Ben Mulville, that number 41 jerseys he wore last week. He's going to go down the line, inside forward 50. Ezard there, all coming across. Well done from Winchelsea. They defend well. Back down the line now. Indy Parish takes the mark, then plays on to the half back line, I should say. Ball now. They've got to defend here. Well, Kasparian was probably taken a little bit high. Umpire says play on, and we'll have a stoppage at true centre wing. Indy Parish is coming right up the ground. Running a handy defence as well as being a forward and playing in the midfield. He can do it all at the moment. The runners up in the Whitley's medalists as the ball comes out now. Indy Parish on cue. Back to Marnicky. Gets hit after the play. Umpire says it was okay. Now the ball lands into the path of Adams. He got the ball out. And then it was parried over the boundary line. So we'll have a stoppage. Close enough to centre wing. Probably Winchelsea attacking side. In front of us in the broadcast position. Terrell's tested very well on the ruck so far against Kasparian. On the Premier Ruckman in the league, I must say. Gets a front position this time. Mulville tackled his opponent without the ball. Umpire says play on. Avista was appealing for the free kick, and we'll have another stoppage. As Indy Parish and Kasparian just exchanging a few words. So up again now. Cyril, big fly on that occasion. Indy Parish won the ball out. Those beautiful hands from James, and then to Marnicky inside the forward 50. Gould, can he take the mark? No, beautiful bodywork on that occasion. And to Fanning, and then across goal now. Kick's got to be good to Ollis. He stops and props and gets around Carver, and then handball back inside. Bissington has kept running. They've got to make sure this works out here. Doyle on the outer side. He's going to kick a low piercing kick. It doesn't really work out. Winchelsea win the ball back now, an up and under kick, and then a big fist over the boundary line from Jack Doyle. Make sure they'll have a stoppage on their attacking side of the wing. So 5-1-31, 2-2-14. We have gone 9 minutes in this second quarter. Brought to you by Wood's Insurance.
Well, in front of the scoreboard here to throw it back in. Like they've been most of the day. Contest out there. Gets very nicely. Tried to handle the ball himself, but ends up with Tyrrell. Tried to feed it out in front of himself. Tried to give Carver the run at it, but it's going to be Doyle that emerges with it. Out the back door he goes to Bissington. He has a bit to look up towards the half-forward line. Kick probably didn't favour his teammate, but the ball has forced its way over the boundary line. And a throw in. A similar place to we had before. Near this scoreboard here at St Albans, far side of the ground. Going Ruckman at the contest. This time that was a nice tap down into the hands of Mulville. Goes into their forward line. Henry picks the ball up, got the handball out the back. Cleared away. Hewson. His kick was didn't travel too far, but it's picked up again there by Doyle. Goes back into the forward line, but the kick a little bit too much width. Goes over. And another throw-in will take place. This time about 20 metres around from the East Geelong goal. So an opportunity for them here. Terrell doing the ruck work down there. Ezard's with him. Terrell tries to sneak out, but he can't do so. Ground level. Ball underneath players, but the umpire already blown his whistle, I think, when the hop went to ground. Throws up once again. This time Ezard, a little chip out the back, went to his Vista. He was tackled again. Not coming out of there, so we need to get some movement here. Arch, have a go. See if you can move it from there.
I'll do my best here, Whale. So 30 metres out from goal now. Ball Kasparian out of the ruck contest. Could he kick the goal? No. Nearly. He had to be creative. Create something he couldn't quite though. 5-1-31 to 2-3-15 now. 10.5 minutes gone. Here go Winchelsea. They're going to go club room side of the ground. Monahan playing in front as he so often does now. Crombie in and under. Gathers the ball. He's not going to let that out. That was professionally done. Create a stoppage. 60 minutes out from their goal. And obviously a high-pressure game. Just going to be a lot more stoppages. The ball comes back in now. They're going to win this clearance, which you'll see They shrug Doyle off, which isn't too easy to do. Mulville, Austin does really well. Back to Doyle. Doyle with a bit of a torpedo inside the forward 50. Oh, Smith. Is that a free kick? I think it's going to be the mark, or the free kick's going to be paid. And Zach Smith's going to have an opportunity to kick his first goal of the day. And he's a man that Winchelsea would not want to get going. So after his return last week, kicked 3 goals. Make sure he's had kicked over 50 this year. I think 52 now. He's going to go back. It's an important goal of the day so far for East Geelong. No more than 30 metres out, directly in front. Makes the goal umpire dance and has missed. So not what East Geelong needed. 5-1, 31 to 2-5, 17 now. We have gone 12 minutes in this second quarter, brought to Baldwin Insurance.
So Houston now bringing the ball back in from fullback. Good kick of the football, brings it out long. Kasparian's there. Brown was also there. Ball gets out the back. Cassidy Parrish, a little kick off the ground was beneficial. Goes back and collects it, try to feed it through the contest. Goes towards Gould. And a free kick has been given there. Not too sure what the free kick was for, but now he's got the ball. This is Cassidy Parrish. He's right on centre wing. Decides to chip the ball. Kick was okay. Mark, I thought, may have been taken. Umpire didn't even hit the whistle then, but it has been paid. Now the ball from...
And this is
Goes
why
back
umpire
inside.
Nachos is the best in the business. 400 games in, and he's got him right where he needs
So
him.
James now does the same thing he did before. Kick was okay, and the mark has been taken out there from Cook. Sorry, it's Walsh it is, I'm sorry. He goes longer into their forward line, goes looking towards Williams. Spoil comes on the ball at ground level, picked up there. Walsh got the handball out, went back to Williams into their forward line. And again, Bissett, and he reads an old ball nicely coming into their forward line. And he's taken another good defensive mark. So Paddy Bissett now is going to stay club room side of the ground. He set his teammate a bit of a task there. Ball gets out the back. Doyle did nicely. Into the hands of Hoff. Goes quickly towards Smith. He comes up with the ball, takes a mark. There's only one player deep into to attack. That was Steele. He's punting on him, gets into the ball. Player down there attacked the ball. I'm not too sure it was, but it ends up in the hands of Huff now. And he guns the ball back outside. That was a great kick. Oh, there's got to be a free kick there. Had to be a chop. And a free kick will go to James. Still defensive side of centre wing. Club rib side of the ground. Wanted to get the longer option in there. So he decides now to go longer. Brown's the target. Gould's also there. Big spoil out there. Comes out the back now. Went towards Stampy. Picked the ball up. Tackled. Ball to ground. Umpire said no prior opportunity. A ball that will take place. 14 minutes into this second quarter. It is 5-1. Winchelsea 2-4. 16 to East Geelong.
So about centre wing now. East Geelong winning the ball around the round at the moment. Cassie Parrish gets the ball out and up and under kick from Williams. Gould trying to stand under it. Kenny, it gets punched. And now we'll have a stoppage just in front of us in the broadcast position. Indy Parrish having a few choice words to a couple of East Geelong players.
I didn't mind that matchup, Indy Parrish and Ben Crombie a few minutes ago. I think the best performer for each side so far this match.
So Kasparian gets front spot there. Oh, well done to Doyle. Doyle gets the clearance, kicks down the line. It was nearly well read. I've got the numbers here. Cook trying to gather the ball. Oh, he could have not touched it, and he did. So it's going to stop them from getting the free kick. A little bit of... Oh, he probably had to take it in the end. So we'll have a stoppage probably 80 metres out from the East Geelong goal. With his dominance in play, East Geelong had it in the first quarter and they just could not put it on the scoreboard. Winchelsea have done the complete opposite. They've taken their opportunities when they've had to. Ball comes back in. Now Indy Parrish, he's playing some sort of game. Over the top, Jeremy Ollis goes back the other way. Now Cassidy Parrish inside. Got to be careful here. It might be... Oh, that's a big high contact free kick. Gets straight back on his feet. It was Zampi. He's going to be the recipient. So he has the ball now in between half-back and centre wing for Winchelsea. He has a look at his options further afield. He's going to go short. They're good at pulling that trigger when they need to. He finds his teammate. Now they're going to go a bit wider. All else cut off. Well done from Boston Mulville. Back in the middle of the ground. They're going to be clean now. Walsh was. They're back to his teammate and Cook. Cook down the lot. They're going to go to Marnicky on the far side of the wing. Boundary road side of the ground. He's going to look up, try and get the next one in the chain. He does. They're going to wheel inside the forward 50 here. Opportunity for Primer. It's beautiful kick, and he takes the mark on his chest. He'll have an opportunity to kick his first goal of the day from 45 metres out.
I just think it unsettles East Geelong's back line, not having Fanning. I reckon that was the first minute of the game. He wasn't in the back six, and Primer uncontested chest mark, 40 out, direct in front.
They look so set, East Geelong behind the ball as well. They switch the ball out to Marnicky. We're able to access, and there's not too much you can do about that as a defence. The ball comes in that quickly. So, Cam Primer, get that one back. For Winchelsea now. He comes in. He's going to kick from 50. Usually a pretty accurate kick. It's going right to the line. It's going to be, it might be kicked off the ground. It was good. No, it's just a minus score. So couldn't quite get the distance there. 5-2-32 now to 2-4-16. 17 minutes gone in this second quarter. Brought to you by Albans Insurance.
Geelong now bringing the ball in from fullback position. Looks like they're going to come clubroom side of the ground. Kick wasn't great, but it's going to be intercepted there. So Winchelsea now with an opportunity to go back the other way. Williams got the handball back inside, went looking inside, found Cook. We're up through the contest, lines up, goes towards goal. Didn't connect too well with the footy, and it's offline through for another minor score. So 5-3 now Winchelsea. 2-4 to East Geelong. As I said, we've gone just on the 17, 18, nearly almost 18 minutes, and Bissett decides now to play on from the fullback position. That's a great kick long outside 50. Little push in the back. Umpire said play on. The mark has been taken out there. Purdy continues to run, takes his second bounce, gets towards centre wing, chips it over the top. Smith in space by himself. He's got Steele further afield, just needs to get back and make some room. Now he's got back and he needs to drive the ball long. That's what he's going to do. Winchelsea now with some numbers back there. Ball comes to ground. They did pretty nicely. Ball towards the boundary line. Has it gone over? Not yet, it hasn't, but it is now. And we will have a ball in taking place pretty close to the behind post. That was a good transfer or play there. Just that final kick just needed to be to someone, but the numbers were with the Winchelsea Blues. Ball goes in and again picked up. Parrish got the handball out back outside. Adams, I think it was in the left boot, or Houston, not too sure. Long kick out. The mark has been taken out there. Bolsh has got the ball once again. He decides to go out towards centre wing. Primer out in a long lead and a long way from goal, takes the mark. Not too many options further down the field, so he chips the ball back inside. Parrish is there. Cassidy once again. Carver's short if he wanted to use him. Decides now to chip the ball straight up the ground. Mark has been taken, so they're maintaining possession of that ball. Chip back inside. Sampy went inside. Found his teammate there in James. James now kicks the ball outside. Gemmell has run up the ground. He's also got a space. Kicks the ball towards Parrish. Let the ball bounce in front of him. Takes it. Tried to get away from the opposition there in Melville. Ball kicked off the ground. Stays inside 50, so a ball in to take place there, I would think. And that's going to take some little bit of pressure off.
I reckon Parrish must have thought that Mulvale was much closer to him on that occasion, because I thought he was going to go for the uncontested mark number 4. Well, what's umpire Nacho's directing here? Yeah, not still a throw.
So Ruckman go at it again. This time Mulville taps the ball back down to his brother in Austin. Tried to get through the contest. Took a fair while to get rid of it, but his umpire said he got rid of it. Now it's been held up and a ball up will take place.
And if you're watching the live stream, you can see the entire Winchelsea Reserve side right behind him. Of course, Winchelsea and East Geelong playing in tomorrow's first semi-final in the reserves.
So from that ruck contest, again, Indy Parrish over the top of it, and at ground level had no chance of getting the ball out there, so we have another ball up will take place.
I hope they've all got waters in their hands then, Alex.
Oh, as per usual, got to be hydrated, aren't you? The hydrolyte here and there.
So again, ruck contest, back towards the boundary line. Doyle puts his head over it. Maybe taking a little bit high there, but umpire has seen the free kick, has he? I think he has. And Doyle, the recipient. So just taking his time now to weigh up his options. He's going to come pretty well straight down the line here, back towards the half back, and then good spoil there. Again, there's that up in front where he normally puts himself. Unable to take the mark with Henry coming over the top. So a throw-in to take place. 21 minutes into this second quarter. East Geelong 2-4. They trail Winchelsea on 5-3.
So just in front of us, We're in front of the East Geelong exchange bench. That's 70 metres out from the winch going out. Ball down, trying to get it to Bistry. Couldn't quite take it now. That's holding the ball. He just threw it. Umpire says play on. Great pressure from Winchelsea here. Then Ruben James involved there as well. They've only gained a couple of metres. So up again now. Ben Melville trying to get the ball down. He does to his brother. And then he just throws the ball out. Umpire says play on. Doyle now. Is that holding the ball? He got a hand to it. Then Jude Payne had a fresh airy. That was beautifully done on that occasion from Winchelsea. They're going to move the ball to about 60 metres out there, half forward flank. Ball hits the deck now. Good tackle. Oh, no, they break a couple there. They're going to go back to Tyrrell, and then Indy Parish playing a kick behind the play. He kicks inside the forward 50. They've got a man out on the boundary. They want to use him. They are. It's Bolt. He uses it back into Cassidy Parish. Now a snap around the corner. That's going to be coming back. It is. It's Adams. Left foot snap. They kept coming. He kicks their sixth goal. 6-3, 39 now, extends their lead to 2-4-16. Winchelsea leading this one, 22 minutes gone in the Albans Insurance second quarter.
And they've only got, East Geelong's only got themselves to blame for that. So it's been 16 minutes since we had a goal in this second term for either side. As soon as Indy Parish has got that forward entry, he's starting some trouble with two East Geelong players. They got sucked in. Winchelsea has an extra player up forward. Away you go. There's Winchelsea with 6 of the first 8 goals of this second semi-final.
Go back with the umpire in the middle of the ground. Ruckman out once again. There was a free kick. A whistle being blown. Someone stepped inside the circle there, or the square, I'd say.
And now it's to East Geelong's favour. So don't count anyone out yet.
Not going to Kasparian in the middle of the ground. Must have been from Wingman on the far side of the ground, but the ball goes outside the visitor now. He loads up, goes long into their half-forward line. Houston's out the back. Purdy doesn't take the mark. They bring the ball to ground. Picked up. That was a good, clean pick-up. And again, the kick goes into their forward line. The defence of Winchelsea working okay at the present time. They deliver the ball across the ground. This is dangerous, but it will work because Mardicky has taken the ball. He transfers play outside 50 now. Goes towards Parish. Mulville got there and spoiled, but Parish quick to recover. Goes back towards the boundary line. I reckon that kick might have had a bit too much wet. And it's gone out of bounds on the full free kick going to East Geelong. Now East Geelong with the ball, their attacking side of centre wing. Kick will land inside 50. Dixon it is. It kicks the ball long. Went outside towards the half back line. Ball now at ground level. East Geelong with some numbers around that contest, but the ball has been forced over the boundary line and a throw-in to take place. The old scoreboard now. The club room side of the ground, pocket, 20 metres around from goal. There's Arden Tyrrell down there doing the ruck work from the contest. It comes out. I'm not too sure that was clean disposal. Umpires allowed it to go on, but players converge and now a ball up will take place. Push and shove down there again, but the ball from the contest. Now the free kick being given. And it's going to go to Ezard. Not too sure what that was for. In the ruck contest. So Ezard, his opportunity here for East Geelong.
It's nearly a gift, isn't it? Like, if he can go back and kick this, get his confidence going, Caleb Ezard.
That's what he needs to do because he's been pretty slow prior to it.
So it was a block by Parish that's led to Ezard's shot on goal.
Caleb Ezard. An important kick for goal here for East Geelong. Comes in, kicks that goal. He didn't start that in the right spot. It's gone across the face, and it's still in the field of play, is it? No, it's not. I think it has gone through for a minor score. So Ezard 2 behinds, 2-5 now to East Geelong. 6-3 Winchelsea, and we have ticked over 25 minutes. Elders Insurance second quarter.
So they're going to exit from fullback here. We're going to come club room side of the ground. Gould's the biggest target there. Oh, and taking a nice contested mark is Bailey Payne. So he's going to wheel and go. Oh, he's been called play on, and then Nacho says, come back behind your mark. Well umpired. So Ezard is down there. They're going to go short now. Kick has to be good. And he's going to Kasparian. We're about 70 metres out from goal. Another short kick. Don't mind his approach. Oh, got to be careful there, Indy Parish. Gave Crombie a push, but didn't try and milk the 50. Now he's going to kick. It's a bit of a scrubber inside forward 50, although it hits the deck. This might work out. The chaos ball for East Geelong. Forwards at deck now. Oh, beautifully done. They're going to use the ball out wide. Got to take the mark though, and they do. So they've got the ball at half, at true centre wing now. And Carver's taken the mark. And it's going to be a 50-metre penalty.
Wow.
Running in the protected area. Carver kicked the first of the game, didn't he, Smithy?
No, I think Indy Parish.
Indy Parish.
He got one.
Oh,
He's not
so
sure of the first. He has got
So
one.
they're going to go back wide now. Marnicky has the ball 60 metres out. They've come central, and the kick is horrendous. He picks out Monaghan. So all the players are inside Winchelsea's forward 50, but not the disposal you'd expect from Marnicky. And then Monaghan's going to go out wide to Bissington. They'll probably be... They want to get one back here, East Geelong. They do. So Dixon now has the ball. The next one on is Bailey Payne if they want to use him. Then they've got Crombie and Ollis down the line. He might go back the other way. The kick's going to be good, and it is to Monaghan. Right-hand man in defence. No, Monaghan, chip kick over the top to Bissington. Former product of St Mary's. So he looks down the line now. There's not a heap of movement. Kasparian wants it long. He might have to go in that direction. He does. Here comes Kasparian. He's going to leap it. The ball hits the deck now. Doyle rows it well and then throws it on the boot. It might be heading towards the boundary line. Ben Mulville did really well to keep it in. Marnicky, that's a better kick. Back inboard to Gould. Gould looks up. He's got his teammate and Williams inboard. Williams runs to 50. Kicks out the path to Primer and he takes the mark.
Delivery's good.
Beautiful ball movement from the Winchelsea Blues. And Primer's going to have an opportunity to kick his first of the day for a bit closer in his last shot. He's probably 45 or 40 metres out now. The last time was 50. And extend Winchelsea's lead as we approach half-time.
Remember, if he kicks this, that's 5 of the last 6.
Oh, it wouldn't be too many times he's gone into halftime goalless this year as the siren goes for halftime. Cam Primer from 40 metres out. It's coming back. He's kicked again. Winchelsea take a healthy lead into halftime. 7-3-45 to 2-5-17. That quarter went for 29 minutes. Thanks to Albans Insurance.
Goal kickers to this stage of the game. Indy Parish with 1. Indy Parish with 3. And singles to Corey Parish, Primer, Adams, and Carver. And for East Geelong, their 2 goals are by Andrew Steele. So it's we said it's half-time here this afternoon, 7-3 to the Winchelsea Blues, 45. They lead East Geelong 2-5-17. And we'll come back from the short break. Third quarter action won't be too far away. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
Local sporting clubs are at the heart of communities like ours here in Geelong. That's why I love what Geelong Cats official asset finance partner Morris is doing with the Morris Community Cashback Program. When you settle a loan with Morris and nominate a local sporting club, Morris gives $500 directly back to that club. That funding can help local clubs invest in equipment, facility upgrades, club improvements and junior development programs that benefit the entire community. So if you're thinking about financing your next car, truck, trailer or even a boat or caravan, you'll be supporting your local sporting club at the same time. Because when local businesses support local communities, everybody wins. So this week, let's back the Cats and back our community with Morris Community Cashback.
Queensy picked up there in Mulville on the left boot, goes long. Smith out the back, and Smith takes the mark. Good job and good grab. Smith can go back and look at his third of the afternoon. Mulville's down like a step, goes long to the goal square. Ball not taken down there at ground level. Handball comes out the back, half round the body. He has kicked the goal. His first of the afternoon. They 11-4 East Geelong. 11-7 now.
About 2 kicks from goal. Long kick on that occasion. Ravens. Oh, a big try! Big try!
Local sporting clubs are at the heart of communities like ours here in Geelong. That's why I love what Geelong Cats official asset finance partner Morris is doing with the Morris Community Cashback Program. When you settle a loan with Morris and nominate a local sporting club, Morris gives $500 directly back to that club. That funding can help local clubs invest in equipment, facility upgrades, club improvements and junior development programs that benefit the entire community. So if you're thinking about financing your next car, truck, trailer or even a boat or caravan, you'll be supporting your local sporting club at the same time. Because when local businesses support local communities, everybody wins. So this week, let's back the Cats and back our community with Morris Community Cashback.
Picked up there in Mulville on the left boot, goes long. Smith out the back, and Smith takes the mark. Good job and good grab. Smith can go back and look at his third of the afternoon. Into Mulville. Mulville's down like a step. Goes long to the goal square. Ball not taken down there at ground level. Handball comes out the back, half round the body. He has kicked the goal. His first of the afternoon. They 11th for East Geelong. 11-7 now.
About 2 kicks from goal. Long kick on that occasion. Evans. Oh, a big fly! Big fly!
Local sporting clubs are at the heart of communities like ours here in Geelong. That's why I love what Geelong Cats official asset finance partner Morris is doing with the Morris Community Cashback Program. When you settle a loan with Morris and nominate a local sporting club, Morris gives $500 directly back to that club. That funding can help local clubs invest in equipment, facility upgrades, club improvements and junior development programs that benefit the entire community. So if you're thinking about financing your next car, truck, trailer or even a boat or caravan, you'll be supporting your local sporting club at the same time. Because when local businesses support local communities, everybody wins. So this week, let's back the Cats and back our community with Morris Community Cashback.
Picked up there, Mulville on the left boot, goes long. Smith out the back, and Smith takes the mark. Good job and good grab. Smith can go back and look at his third of the afternoon. back at half time here, 7-3. Winchelsea lead East Geelong 2-5. Some work to done in the second half, Alex, if they're going to give themselves any chance of going to a grand final in 2 weeks' time.
And they're going to have to do it a man down. So I talked to Dr. Bevan Hurst. It was a displaced hip. He was worried it was a fracture, but at this place, displaced. So
Are they easy to get back in?
I don't know, Archie. We got a job for you if you want to head over to the East Rooms and give it a wedge. But
I don't do well.
I would suspect Jake McLean would be the top candidate to come back in next week.
Right, ball in hand now, and the ruckman, they go at it in the middle of the ground again. Williams comes in, and he has been held up in the middle. Minari did the work there, the tackling again, ruck time. Ball from Carroll comes down. It's picked up by Mulville, kicks into their half-forward line. Ball runs free. Crombie, the first to arrive, picks the ball up now. Pressured from behind, but he's able to get the kick into their forward line. Mark not taken out there. Defence working overtime. Oh, it was going to release the ball. Smith put his hand inside. Can this be the start they're looking for? Brings it back, but not far enough. Another minor score. 2 goals, 6 now to East Geelong. 7-3 Winchelsea, and it will be Huff bringing the ball back in from the fullback position. Actually doesn't. He changes his mind now. Hands it over to Cook. So Cook will be bringing the ball in from the fullback position. Looks like all the Winchelsea players want to come this side of the ground. That's where he's heading out towards. Gould has got to make a contest here. Ball comes through the contest, out the back. Monahan puts boot the ball, drives it back into their half-forward line. Kick off the side of the boot, goes out of bounds, and the full free kick this time will turn over. Back in the hands of Winchelsea. Oh, that was a touch, was it? Must have been.
Yeah, touch off the boot.
There you go. Didn't see that. Anyway, ball up now. Kasparian, Terrell. Been good. Both the big men doing their work, earning their money out there this afternoon into the hands of Mulville. That's nice. Into their half-forward line. Ezard's there, 2-on-1. Comes down. Henry wanted to claim the mark, but I'm not too sure whether that was ever going to be realistic. As I said, a lot of players around that contest. Umpire, good decision. Another ball up and did that quickly. Terrell just moves Ezard out of the contest there. Ball goes towards the half-forward line or half-back line. James comes across the front. Maybe tackled without the ball there. And the umpire says, let's throw it back in once again.
We just got a text from Grubby. He said, Alex, could you please read the final A-grade netball scores? No worries, Richard. East Geelong 36 are into an A-grade grand final, defeating the hot favourite Inverleigh, who only scored 18. So that was a bit of a shock result there.
So the ball now back inside 50, and a free kick's been given. Monahan. No, not. It's Crombie at the bottom of that pack. Benny Crombie's got an opportunity now for East Geelong's first goal of the second half. Can this get them up and about? We'll soon find out. But he's going to kick from where Cam Primmer had his shot for late in that second quarter.
It's probably been their best as well, Ben Crombie, for East Geelong. He can hold his head high in that first half.
Because his season, as I said, I think if the season's gone on, he's got better and better. So Benny Crombie now steps in just over to outside, now inside 50, loads up, kicks long. That looks good off the boot. It's got the distance, got the accuracy. That is what they needed. He's got his first goal of the afternoon, the third now for East Geelong. They move to 3-6, trailing Winchelsea on 7 goals, 3. P&R Boots third quarter.
You know, not a lot of people know this, but our league does have a best finals player, and I think if Ben Crombie wins it, that'll be on the highlights reel. But more importantly, ladies and gentlemen, that is the Connectel soul of the day.
Great plug from you there, Alex. And just got to take their opportunities here. East Geelong, we've seen previous finals last year. Zach Smith had 0-6 in one final. He came back to haunt him, so he's going to have the pressure on him at 0-2 at the moment. Back in the middle now. Can they win this clearance? It looks like they may through. Kasparian throws it on the boot in the path of Ezard. Can he get his game going? Well defended from the back on that occasion from Henry. The ball close to the boundary line. Crombie swinging back, gets it to Mulville. It's probably touched off the boot. They keep it in, though. He handballs wide. It was really well done on that occasion from Walsh. He gets the ball down, but they've got numbers behind it. Kasparian takes the mark. They're half-forward flank. They're 60 metres out from goal. Finds Crombie again. He's having a little purple patch here. He's 55 out. Oh, that's not a good kick. Turns it over to Walsh. Can they make him pay? Kasparian back in the hole. Coming across with Gould to fist the ball over the boundary line. So we'll have a stoppage in between centre wing and East Geelong's half-forward flank. Good. Well set up there. Kasparian behind the ball. Going to make sure you man him up on that in that situation. And you take the mark every day of the week. It's Terrell's responsibility as the ball comes back in now to the ruckman. Good even ruck contest. Winchelsea are going to win the ball through the middle of the ground. It was well taken from Zampi, and then they're going to use the link change handball. Williams inside the forward 50. It's a 1-on-1. Parrish is there. Good fist on that occasion to Dixon. They still keep the ball in. Primus there as well. Chasing him is Payne, and the ball beats all comers. So we'll have a stoppage. It's going to be a ball in from 20 metres out of the Winchelsea goal.
I mentioned to you guys in the pre-game, a lot of the best premiership sides in our league, their story starts after round 6. It's also about the time Ryan Williams settled into this Winchelsea side, just coincidentally.
So back in now. Good in the ruck for the time being. Ball hits the deck now out of the path. Crombie's there, so Zampi and Ollis. They're going to win the ball now as Williams can take on 2. Crombie wraps him up, but he was stepped over the boundary line. So the ball then 40 metres out from Winchelsea's attacking goal. So Gould in the ruck while Pearl waits in the middle of the ground. He's on Steele for the time being. Good ball in it now. Kasparian will play majority of the ruck today, you'd think. Zampi steps around 1 from 50. Up and under kick. Vincenten! No! Nearly a really good contested mark. Swings around. Indy Parrish couldn't quite get the connection he wanted. Monahan playing in front now. Ball hits the deck. Coming through was Mulville. Then snap out of the pack. Brimmer from behind. Can he get the ball on his boot? He can! He kicks the goal. He kicks his second. He kicks Winchelsea's 8. They respond 8-3, 51 to 3-6, 24. We have gone 6 minutes in this third quarter, brought to you by P&R Foods.
Again, East Geelong kick 1. Winchelsea respond with the next 4 entries, the next 2 goals. It's been the case for the last hour of footy, but game's not over yet, Arch. Still a few more to go.
It really is. And out of position there, Cam Primer did really well. Get over his opponent. It was Darcy Martin. Get the ball out the back and throw it on the boot. Just make something out of nothing. Cam Primer.
Back in the middle once again. And the throw-in takes place. All this time, Crombie, a little quick kick over his head. Went out towards the centre wing. Coming through was Carver. Ball now. Zimmer got the handball outside. Kasparian handballs further afield. Into the hands of Payne. Payne goes towards the forward line and out in front Steele. In some space by himself this time. And able to go back and look at goal. He is a good kick of the football, so I think the distance won't trouble him. Accuracy is something he will need to work on here.
And he goes right back to the fence. He loves sprinting in as he kicks the goal.
So as I said, he'll need to kick just outside 50. Front of the coach's box, so he'll get some support and some cheering on from his crowd there. So he walks in now, kicks long. I tell you what, he's got the distance. It's coming there. I'll tell you what, that is a great kick. He has his 3rd of the afternoon and the 4th now for East Geelong. They're 4-6. They trail Winchelsea on 8-3. P&R Foods 3rd quarter.
And because of that celebration, we have a new contender for the Connectel goal of the day. Damien Mulville, Dougie Fairchild. I know you're watching from the Connectel office on Fine Street, so you would be loving the fact that East Geelong are still in this.
Some good work there, and that was a nice finish. Some work out of the middle. That's where it's been won and lost.
So they've responded, and they needed to. And Steele needs to stand up. It's been a tough day for Ezard and Smith so far. Kasparian wins the ball out of the middle. He's playing a good game as well. Now over to you, Winchelsea. Can they stand up? It's going to be a free kick. So it's going to go to Cook. Mulville just got him a little bit high. They have been dominating clearance in this quarter. It's just been their rebound from defence to attack that all game they've done pretty well. Winchelsea, they're going to go wide now. It's Boundary Road side of the ground to find Varnicky. I think he's going to look back in. Just wait for the right option to present itself. They've got Ibista. He's going to shake and bake and then kick to half forward line. The Ruckman's there, but it's going to go one further. An opportunity to go inside forward 50. Looking for Gould. He just couldn't take the mark. He goes to Grant. Oh, push the back. Free kick. He may have... Oh, it's gone for it's an arm chop. I was going to say, because I don't think he got him in the back. But Jordan Gould is going to have an opportunity from 50 metres out to respond and put this lead out to 27 points. 10 minutes through the third quarter. His direct opponent, Vincenten it might be. So
Fanning.
50 metres. Jordan Gould's usually a pretty reliable set shot. We'll be able to tell from his reaction, he's across the face of goal, still a dangerous area, and it's punched through for a minor score. So 22 points margin now, 8-4-52 to 4-6-30. We have gone 10 minutes in this third quarter, brought to by P&R Foods.
So ball from the fullback position, he'll be picking in. Paddy Bissett doing the work down there. Going to go far side of the ground here, St Albans, and goes out wide. Mark or Evans. Sorry, Ezzard it is. It's taken the mark. A little push, I thought, but was able to get away with it. And now he just decides to go short. That was also a good kick. Found Doyle. Just short of centre wing for East Geelong now. He plays on. Goes towards their half-forward line. Not too sure where he was looking there because the ball went straight into the hands of Cook of Winchelsea. So they'll be able to turn things around here from this position. Their kick was short. That wasn't great either. Put a little bit of pressure on his teammate coming forward. That was Adams. The ball comes out of that contest. Goes to Crombie, centre wing, tackled, and held up nicely on that far side of the ground. Ball up. The Brown was down. I thought he was doing the right work, but Terrell does arrive, comes out. Again, picked up at ground level. So Hewson goes long into their forward line. Parrish wanted to get one out the back there. A Zach Smith type move there. Tackle was strong, though, and ball will go back to the umpire. That was a strong tackle by Payne at centre half back position. Both ruckmen just able to make the distance there and get to the ball. Down to Parrish, Indy. He can't get through the contest. Umpire back quickly asked for it back again. Right, once again, top of the centre square. Ball comes out towards Purdy. Overruns the ball. Carver's also there. Both looking at each other rather than going at the ball there. So it's picked up out there. Adams got the handle outside to Parrish. Steps inside one. Now puts boot to ball. Gee, a little bit lucky to get away with that. Monahan, I would have thought. And the ball has been marked down there. Paddy Bissett, and once again, he's a nice, as I said, a nice read of the football when it comes into their back line. Ball out wide. The mark has been taken out there this time by Martin. He wants to continue on. He's able to step back inside now. Kick wasn't great, so Payne will have to make a contest. Does so. From that there, Gemmell leads in the race for the ball. It comes out, picked up by Huff. He's tackled, brought to ground. And now we'll have another ball up which will take place. This time in between centre wing half forward line for East Geelong. So we've gone just on 12 minutes in this third quarter. It is 8-4 to Winchelsea 4-6. East Geelong.
So they're going to go inside forward 50 here, East Geelong. Ezzard's being held. He nearly brought the mark down anyway. Ball hits the deck. Good hands out now. It's kicked over the top. Smith's out the back. He takes the mark. So Zach Smith, he's kicked 0-2 today, and he's going to have an opportunity from the boundary line. He missed 2 last week from this exact same spot, but he needs to kick this for his confidence in himself and to get the momentum back in their hands. This will be 2 in a row, Alex, if he kicks this.
Absolutely, but it's his marking that's probably got his confidence back. As you said, needs to thread this needle.
He's going the conventional drop punt. Zach Smith from the boundary. He's pulled it to the near side, and it's just a replay of what happened last year in that first final against North Geelong. 8-4-52 to 4-7-31. 13 gone in this third quarter, brought to you by P&R Foods, and just needs to kick the next one, doesn't he, Alex?
Oh, absolutely. Although the double chance, he did say Beast is going to win this year. They're going to have to do it the hard way, and that's exactly what's happening right now in front of us.
So he's going to go down the line. It's over the top Fanning. Now over the top Terrell. Got the handball. Monahan closely next to James. And then Austin Mulville got their hands out. Opportunity now to gather the ball. Couldn't quite on that occasion. And then now the ball in dispossession. And we're going to have a ball in true centre wing. Darcy Martin it was who had a little bit of fumble, but Indy Parrish, he came off second best before in that contest, holding his shoulder, but he looks to be okay now. Ball back in. Ben Mulville tried to get the handball out, then Indy Parrish in and under to his brother Cassidy, or he was slung after. Umpire hasn't blown the whistle. Now that was out of bounds. The umpire couldn't see it though. It was Zimmer who went back inboard, but the mark was dropped by Cook. Ball still in congestion, or Jack Doyle, as he so often is under that pack. This player's really broken in the senior side this year and kept his spot now. Ben Mulville, he does really well on that occasion against Terrell. Then Cassidy to Indy, back inboard. Now Indy, back to Cassidy. They're building well here inside the forward 50. Gould is there. Can he take the mark? He couldn't quite. They've got to defend well here. Now it comes to Flintoff. He gets rid of 1 and 2. Is that holding the ball? The umpire says he got a hand on it. Great pressure from Winchelsea here. Kick back. Oh, it's going to work out. Monahan takes the mark on the half-back flank. So they want to go for the switch, and they're going to do it. They're going to go in the middle of the ground. Flintoff's going to go back with a fly. Big fly from Marnicky. He couldn't finish it. Flintoff did well to beat 2, at least even the contest. Now Marnicky gets the handball out wide, ends up with Cook, and he's going to go to the half-forward line. Gets over the head of Gould. Fanning did really well on that occasion. Coming through. Oh, that was beautifully done by Martin. Now they're going to go. They've got some numbers on the far side wing. It's a one-on-one between Doyle and Cook. And he's taking his legs out. The umpire says no. And I think it may just be a ball in from the far side of the ground, true centre wing, boundary road side of the ground. So exciting football from East Geelong. They know they're going to take the game on when the switch is there. The kick probably wasn't to the advantage of Flintoff. So the ball back in now. Mulville seems to be doing a better job in the ruck. Now winning ball clearances now. And there's a whistle. It's going to go the way of East Geelong. So Austin Mulville, was he tripped after there? They're appealing for the 50. Cassidy Parish may put his hand out. Now Purdy in the middle of the ground. He's going to start getting more of the ball as well. Forward of him, they have Azard down there, and he's going to go more wide to Ben Mulville. And he had 2 coming across at him. Indy Parish tried to go the one hand with a pickup. Now coming through, Ben Mulville. He was tackled instantaneously. So we'll have a stoppage just probably about 70 metres out from goal near the half-forward flank. They're up again now. Terrell just grabbed the ball out of the ruck. Now the prior umpire said no. Had to touch it before it was the last touch. Now they've got some numbers. Kasparian does the roving. He kicks. Can Azard fly inside that? Oh, he can. He takes the mark. He's 45 out. Go back and kick the goal, Caleb.
Well, I won't go a big man fly, but that is definitely the Routley Pies mark of the day so far. And I think Caleb Azard, he's a frequent when it comes to that top prize, the prize we all play for.
So Luke Henry didn't do anything wrong in that scenario, but Caleb Azard took it at the highest point. And as tall as he is, it's pretty hard to stop. Azard now comes in from 45. Biggest kick of the game so far. It looks all right. Off the goal from 50. 8-4, 52 to 5-7, 37. East Geelong are right back in this. We have gone 7.5 minutes in this third quarter, brought to you by P&R Foods.
You know what? For the last month, I've been praising Ben Maloney, Joey Farmer, John O'Casey. Let's look at East Geelong's coaches right now. Dale, who is looking after their set shots? Because 30 out, not quite, but everything they've kicked 45 out or beyond, they've split the middle.
Yeah, needs a good kick, this bloke. As I said, he doesn't miss too many. He hasn't had the boots on today, but generally a reliable kick. And as I said, once he gets his confidence up, can become very dangerous. Ball back in the middle once again. Ruck contest comes out. Mulville couldn't clean it up, but Cassidy Parish does so. Goes into their half-forward line. And that was nicely read again out there. And the mark has been taken out there by Payne. He's done some nice work. The last couple of times the ball's gone down forward. And again, he spins the ball back towards centre wing. Terrell doesn't take the mark. Ball comes in front of the contest. Each along with some numbers. Runners outside. So they wanted to use them. And they've been able to win possession of it. Martin got the handball back inside. Mulville did nicely. Got around 1 or 2. Now on the left boot, chips it into the half-forward line. Goes back towards Ezra. He's blocked another one. He's just outside range here, but he goes quickly in towards Smith. He comes up and takes the mark. He wants to go and go quickly. Kick wasn't good off the boot, but it's going to hit the target. And the mark has been taken down there by Hoff. Right at the top of the goal square, a great opportunity for him to go back and get his first of the afternoon and close the margin even further.
Now, one of the two to my right was a bit disappointed when Smith played on. I won't tell the radio listeners which one it was, but I tell you what, that goal assist, because you can mark this one down now, has got Smith's confidence back.
So Hoff comes in and he gets his first of the afternoon. The 6 now for East Geelong. They move to 6-7-42, 8-4. To Winchelsea, and we have gone. I didn't see the time when I clicked over there. 18 minutes. P&R Foods third quarter.
I'm not even sure that was Smith's intended target. I know he was trying to go quick because they had numbers down in the goal square. They had 3 numbers down there. He moved quickly. I was thinking he was just wheeling around so he didn't have to worry, think about the set shot. He could try and kick it, but no, it worked out in the end.
He definitely saw Hoff breaking off his 2 defenders there, and a lot of people say, well, He was a one-hit wonder with that 10-goal game against West, but he is a very smart forward. And they need those mids to step up, and that's exactly what's taken place the last 2 minutes.
So back in the middle is Kasparian. Now he gets the tap down. Tyrrell there as well. Couldn't quite. Was it a holding free kick? It is. It's going to be a free kick to Williams. So they probably need it. Get some momentum back their way, Winchelsea. He's dictating the game at the moment. Oh, what a beautiful one-on-one intercept mark by Benjamin Flintoff. Although the kick isn't good to Kasparian in the middle of the ground. For a ruck, he does beautifully though. Breaks away
here we
from
go.
two. And then he hits Payne. Payne 65 metres out of the path. The steal. Still taking it now. 50 out. He's going one-on-one. Smith's in the goal square. Can he take the mark? Oh, Zach Smith's got it.
And that is another contender for the Routleys. Mark of the day and goal of the
And
day.
Smith kicked the goal.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, he went to, and the umpire said, get back behind your mark. How good was that from Matty Kasparian in the middle of the ground? And Smith kicked it. Kicks his first of the day after setting up the last. And the Eagles are coming. The Blues have got some problems at the moment. 8-4-52 for 7-7-49 now. It's less than a kick in it. We've gone 20 minutes in this third quarter, brought to you by P&R Foods.
19 years ago today, we saw East Geelong hold they trailed by 50 points at halftime to Belmont in the second semi and still won it. So anything is possible when you wear that East Geelong jumper at St Albans.
Yes, they've done very nicely. As I said, only 2 for the game. Now they've kicked 5 in the third quarter. So they reckon it's a moving quarter, and they've been able to move so far. Can they continue with it? We'll soon find out. The ball is now back with the umpire in the middle of the ground. Important clearance here for both sides. Archer just clearing the way there. So he's about to restart the play once again. As I said, 21 minutes gone. Third quarter, ball thrown in the air. Kasparian. There's actually Tyrrell over the top. Goes out wide. Running in there. Minari couldn't get boot to ball. Williams at ground level. Fed the ball out. Brown doing some hard work also. East Geelong have got some numbers around and they're working pretty hard themselves. And it's going to be held up right on the centre square. That was Kasparian. Down on hands and knees. A big ruckman. Does it in the air. Does it on the ground. Good work. Again, Tyrrell. This time ball comes out of that contest. Parrish, Crombie, Monaghan, Crombie wins the ball, tries to get the handball away. He was held up. Oh, gee. Not too sure whether he had much prior there, but free kick will go to Bolsh. Bolsh was going to feed the handball out, thought better of it, and probably better he did. Now he goes long into their forward line. Again, the kick wasn't great off the boot. Oh, Gould comes out, takes the mark, and he'll get a first look at the goal this afternoon.
He kicked about 4 goals in round 18 in their 200-point win against Geelong West, but he didn't hit the scoreboard till the third term. So he was very well held by Fanning in the first half, but maybe Gould now steps up as Winchelsea have not scored a goal in the last 16 minutes.
So Jordan Gould, as I said, kicked from about 40 metres, almost directly in front of goal here. Goes back, kicks that goal. Umpire moves across as soon as he left his boot and through for a minor score. So they move now, Winchelsea to 8 goals 5. East Geelong on 7 goals 7. And 22, almost 23 minutes gone. P&R Foods third quarter.
Straight up the guts on this occasion to find Fanning. Like some exciting football this quarter from East Geelong. How it's up to Winchelsea to respond. Now they've gone to Dixon out wide. He's going to go back in forward. Look how well they move the football. Mulville then handball on the outer side to Crombie. He's going to go back in forward to Mulville. Going to keep the ball moving to Doyle. Look at the handball chain back to Crombie. Ball is up in the air now, although it's not a favoured kick, and it's a good intercept mark taken on that occasion by Huff. They're going to move the ball down back where it came from. It was nearly taken by Bolch now. It was really well done by Crombie to create. Oh, and he's given a free kick away.
Not sure about that one.
Yeah, it was there.
You reckon?
Yeah,
Tripping?
just got him over the top of the head.
Are we talking over the shoulder, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a look at the bloke. He's only 2'6".
Yeah, look at Crombie. So Bolch goes down the line now. Oh, and a good contested mark taken by Bailey Payne. Comes across the back. So now they have a look. They're always going boundary road side of the ground. So now they're going to go down the line. Big fist to make a contest. Williams is there as well. As now back to up and under kick. Monaghan, it was there. He didn't quite get the ball. Gould now. He's tackled. And there's no prior opportunity. So over stoppage. Far side of the ground. True centre wing. 4 points in it here. Back up again now. Winning it out was Cassidy Parish. And then they're going to win another clearance here. Up and under kick from Minari. Coming to the path of Purdy. He couldn't quite take it. It was good fist from behind. They've got numbers in the middle of the ground here. Winchelsea, they can win the ball. They're going to be out. Haynes trying to chase. It was well done from Bailey Payne to come across and help out his brother and Jude. Now the ball all the way back. They've got to defend well here, East Geelong. They do. The kick down to Purdy's a good one. Can he take the mark? He can. So Purdy has the ball, true centre wing, and he says, let's slow it down. There's 25 minutes gone in this third quarter. They might be happy with this lead going into three-quarter time. Down the line now, Zach Smith might fly. He tried to, he couldn't quite though. Mulville, handballs over the top. Smith, Scott, Williams tackling him. Umpire says he didn't have him. Now that has to be holding the ball. It is. Doyle, great tackle. 55 metres out now. They've got the ball. Doyle's going to go quickly to the pocket. Steal, yes! Takes the mark. He's hugged up against the pocket, and he can have an opportunity to kick the goal and take the lead back for East Geelong. He's going to go short chip kick back.
Oh, no.
Smith, and it didn't work out. Now Williams, big contest. Over the top. Smith from 50 kicks a barrel. It's going to go to the top of the goal square. It bounces up. Ezard's there as well. Cassidy Parish handball over the top now. Bolch. He runs it out of defence and then kicks out wide. Opportunity now for Adams. He's got to be clean. He is. But they can go down to the other end now. Bolch has kept running. He kicks down the line. He's just gone the barrel. Kicked it as far as he possibly can. Indy Parish has got to make a contest here. Banning's running back. Can he try and keep the ball? And he does. Good hands on that occasion from East Geelong. They do really well. Bissington out there. What a leader he's been down back for East Geelong. Ball hits the deck. Winchelsea, if they win the ball, they've got numbers inside. The game's really opened up in this quarter. Now in and under Marnicky, it might be. He's tackled. Umpire says, give it to me. We'll have a stoppage. So 8-5-53 to 7-7-49. 27 minutes gone in this third quarter, brought to you by P&R Foods.
And it's now been 20 minutes since we've had a Winchelsea goal.
So the ball now thrown up on the far side of the ground. Parish gets the ball out the back, went to Marnicky. He put the ball down. It's going to be, I thought that was thrown at the back then, but it ends up Winchelsea going forward. Adams goes back, did nicely, just able to tap the ball forward. Goes into their half-forward line, getting back was player back there was Flintoff. He couldn't take clean possession. Winchelsea win it, but the ball has been turned over again. So from the half-back line, Martin kicks the ball back towards centre wing, gets through the contest. Williams is there. Good clean pick-up outside of Hewson. Hewson on the left boot. Kick wasn't good going forward, but he's put his team under a bit of pressure. And the tackle laid, can't get rid of that, and a ball up to take place almost at the top of the 50-metre arc. And again, Winchelsea now require a steadier, I would think. Ruck contest, ball comes out. Top of that 50-metre arc again. It's not going to travel too far, but the umpire will ask for it back once again.
Marnicky looks sore, but he can't come off. No one interchange with him.
So another throw up to take place. Similar position. Terrell over the top once again. Ball comes out. Picked up. Purdy got the ball out. Picked up out there. And running away from goal was James. Got the handball outside. Ball goes back inside 50. Mark not taken again. So at ground level. Tackle's been laid. Umpire has done the right thing and brought that quickly back to himself. Adams doing the tackling out there. So they've got some work to do here. East Geelong just to defend this last little bit, just to hold things up for themselves. Handball over the top, Fanning. Goes back towards James once again. He's pushed towards the boundary line. And Payne does the right thing, doesn't let him go, holds onto him. And a throw in to take place.
Last Winchelsea goal, 6-minute mark. Cameron Primmer. What are we at now, boys?
28.5.
22 minutes since the Winchelsea Blues goal.
And that man's just come back on the ground, Primmer, moving himself forward. East Geelong have got, or trying to win possession of the ball down there. As a siren has sounded here to win the third quarter, and it's been a big quarter for East Geelong. They move to 7-7-49. They trail Winchelsea. They're 8 goals, 5-53. Goal kickers to this stage of the game. Indy Parish, he's done first half. He has 3. Cam Primmer with 2, 1 each to Parish, Adams and Carver. And for East Geelong, 3 to Steele, 1 each to Crombie, Smith, Ezard and Hoff. We've got a game on here. We're going to take a short break, come back, final quarter action. We're looking forward to that. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
Local sporting clubs are at the heart of communities like ours here in Geelong. That's why I love what Geelong Cats official asset finance partner Morris is doing with the Morris Community Cashback Program. When you settle a loan with Morris and nominate a local sporting club, Morris gives $500 directly back to that club. That funding can help local clubs invest in equipment, facility upgrades, club improvements and junior development programs that benefit the entire community. So if you're thinking about financing your next car, truck, trailer or even a boat or caravan, you'll be supporting your local sporting club at the same time. Because when local businesses support local communities, everybody wins. So this week, let's back the Cats and back our community with Morris Community Cashback.
Quarter time here this afternoon. East Geelong made a bit of a charge in that quarter. They kicked 5 goals, 2. And it was Winchelsea kicking that 1 goal, 2. So the margin now is within the goal. And East Geelong have given themselves a real opportunity to be able to progress to the grand final if they can continue that run, or can Winchelsea turn things around in the final quarter, Alex, and get a score on the board that will get them to the grand final.
Well, on paper, Winchelsea hasn't had a lapse probably 3 or 4 weeks. Really, that surprising Corio loss in round 17, and then they won the 10 before that. So let's hope it's a blip for Winchelsea fans, but East Geelong, on the other hand, they needed to respond. And as much as I'm highlighting their forwards and how much Smith finally got back into the game, I am really impressed with their ruck Kasparian. Like, Tyrrell's put in the energy, but Kasparian's second efforts at every contest, be it a throw-in, be it a repeat, it's exciting to watch. So I think Tyrrell's going to have to step up in the first 10 minutes of this first term. And obviously, Winchelsea's forwards, we need a lot more out of Gould and Primer.
When they turned that ball over in the middle of the ground, Kasparian was the one who took on 3 players and then found Drew Payne all his own. And that's when the momentum completely switched.
Yeah.
So amazing work and great call from you, Alex.
Thank you for that. And like I said, East Geelong on second semi-final day, they've been down as far as 54 points at halftime, referring to 2007, but still won the game. But I know all East Geelong listeners, they're not worried about today as near as much as they're going to be worried about the next 2 weeks. So may the best side win.
Yes, as I said, we spoke before the game about momentum carrying you a fair way into this final series. It might just get them right through.
Name one player from each year who's going to decide this last quarter.
Ryan Williams, and I'm going to go Jude Payne.
Jude Payne. I'm just going the key man. I reckon if the ball gets inside, Primer needs to get himself up and about in this last quarter. He's got a couple. And I think he needs to kick a few more. And Ezard, as I said at the start of the game, if he can get his hands on a few more balls inside 50, he can win the game for East Geelong. So 2 key forwards for me.
I'm going to go Paddy Visnitson. And
From the back pocket.
Yep. Oh, yeah, he demands. Runs the game down back. I'm going to go Jack Tyrrell.
Righto, here we go. Final quarter action. Winner proceeds to the grand final for 2026. Loser back in a week's time to take on the winner of tomorrow's game. Ball from that middle contest. Mulville couldn't take it out cleanly. Picked up Parrish. Gets through the contest. Little kick, right foot. Goes into their towards Bolsh. Bolsh didn't pick the ball up. Williams is there to support. Needs to get it out. Good strong tackle. Minari and also Monaghan in there doing the work. So we'll have a ball up which will take place top of the centre square. Terrell jumps up, takes it away out there. Hop, got the handball back inside. Mulville, Austin kicks the ball towards the big fella in Ezard. Can't take the mark. Tapped on further afield. Ezard was going to try and win the ball back here. He's running towards the ball. Contest required down there, but it's the defence of Winchelsea that'll bring the ball out. That's a pretty good kick that ends up in the hands of James. He got his hand up to slow the thing down. I think we need to keep rolling just at the start of the last quarter. So James now decides to go that little bit longer. Gould's the target. Ball's going to get out the back. Primer in space by himself. Goes into the pocket in front. Ball gets over the top, though. Parrish couldn't take the mark. Goes back after it, but it's going to be picked up out there by Martin. Transfers play across the ground. Had to be good and was. Found his teammate out there. And that was... I'm pretty sure that was Ollis. It was. Gets the ball into the middle of the ground. Again, that's a good mark out there. Benny Crombie. So now East Geelong with a Hop running past. Kicks into the forward line. Long kick. Mark required. Oh, Steele was up. Ball not taken there. Ball comes out of the contest. So Winchelsea now with some work to be done. Goes back in the middle of the ground. Coming up. Benny Mulville takes the mark. Inside centre square. Slows things down now. Player wide on the ground. Was on it, but he didn't go in that direction. His kick was almost smothered off the boot and umpire went to Smith. He's tackled. Ball comes out, and the umpire said he got rid of the ball incorrectly. Free kick going back to James.
And he was about to handball to Jude Payne right there, who was going to snap a goal. Just put that.
So James now wants to come clubber him side of the ground. Target out there is Terrell, also Gould. Doing nicely, Fanning puts the ball back into the contest, and it's going to be a ball up. Jaden Fanning a good job out there this afternoon. Mightn't have many possessions, but Gould also limited possessions. So what a backman is there to do. Thrown up once again. Again, from that contest, Parrish takes the ball on the ground. He can't get it out, so we're going to have another ball up. So scores unchanged in the first 2.5 minutes of the final quarter. Morris Finance final quarter scoreboard.
Who's going to kick this first goal of the last quarter? And Winchelsea wrestle back the momentum that East Geelong have taken into three-quarter time. Kasparian gets it down to Doyle. Really well done on that occasion from Walsh, though. Turned it back over for Winchelsea, then for the path of Gould. Ball at centre wing now, handball over the top. Martin, he's had a couple of good moments today. He goes down the line. It all looks like Winchelsea. Ezard makes a contest though. Does really well. Then Doyle gets a boot on it. It comes inside the forward 50. Smith trying to hack kick out of the air. Couldn't quite. Is that too high? The umpire says no prior opportunity.
I think the sun was in the eyes there.
So we will have a ball up 50 metres out on the half forward flank in front of Winchelsea's interchange bench. As the ball is up again now. Kasparian got the ball down, stalking it. It's Hop. He wheels the ball around the corner. Doyle going back with a flight. He can't quite take the ball. Now there's an opportunity for Olison to get the handball out. Brown's there as well. Does really well for Winchelsea. Cassidy Parish, quick hands now. They've got to be clean here, Winchelsea. They're going to kick out of the defensive 50. Ball hits the deck. There's still numbers here for Winchelsea. They do well. Is that holding the ball? It is. So I put up a wall here, and Darcy Martin, he's had a good second half. He's going to send them inside forward 50. Smith's there, and also Crombie. Couldn't quite. Ball ends up over the back. We'll have a ball in 45 metres out from East Geelong's goal. Scores at 8-5-53. Winchelsea holding on. They're in front by 4.77-49. 4 minutes gone in this last quarter. The umpire has ball in hand now. Back in. Ezard in the ruck for the time being. Well, it's going to be very contested. You can imagine a high chance of a repeat stoppage, and it is. Just a lull over the ground at the moment. Who's going to step up in this last quarter? Terrell gets the ball down. Couldn't quite. Doyle there as well. He lays a good tackle. I have another stoppage. So see if you can clear it out, Dale.
So it's been sitting around that half-forward line for East Geelong for a little while now. The defence of Winchelsea, they've been able to get the ball outside now. They get a little kick again. It's not going to travel too far. Ball spoiled over the top. And that was Monaghan that's able to bring the ball over the boundary line. So again, they'll hold things up once again. So they've got some repeat entrances here. They just now need to make the most of it. As I said, normally when that happens, the other side will take the ball down and score a goal, but it's thrown back in again. It's not going to come out of that contest again. Umpire will ask for it back. Williams will hand the ball back to the umpire again. Thrown back up and again. This time, Terrell Buck over the top. James is there. And again, he's going to be tackled, so we're going to repeat again. Someone needs to clear the ball with that big thump, I think. As I said, the ruckman just needs to get it away from where the ball is at the moment. Numbers around the contest, tight. Terrell tries to do that. Ball comes out and again. Monaghan, hands and knees, gets the ball out the back. Hoff goes out the back to Payne. Payne looks up, goes into the forward line, kick towards Smith. And again, he couldn't trap the ball inside the field of play. Another balling will take place in the half-forward line for East Geelong. So another opportunity for them down there. We're going almost 6 minutes now. It's 8-5-53 to Winchelsea, 7-7-49 to East Geelong.
We still haven't left this position, Dale. It's been here for, let's say, 2 or 3 minutes. See if they can clear it out. Kasparian in the ruck against Tyrrell. Ball came to Ben Mulville. He couldn't get the ball out either. Every time. Oh, he's given it a throw. I thought it was going to be in the back, but they pinned Cassidy Parish for a throw. So Ben Mulville has the free kick. It'd probably be, 50, 55, 60 metres out from goal.
And I reckon they've kicked 5 out of 5 from that spot.
So Ben Mulville from 60. He wheels up. It's not going to be accurate enough, but it made the distance in the end. So out of bounds on the full, and this is going to give Winchelsea a good opportunity. Are they going to go for the full ground switch? They've taken it on a couple of times today. Need to be brave at this stage in the game. And here they go. They'll cross goal. Zaxton chasing. Here's the switch. It's in the path of Walsh. She's going to be good. Doyle did really well with a fist over the top. He handballs the ball back to Bissington and then chip kick over the top. Well worked. So they're going to go inside forward 50 here. It was Ollis who's going to send them. Can someone fly for East Geelong? Ball hits the deck now. Opportunity for Winchelsea. Zampi's going to shake and bake. Go back to, Austin Mobile does really well. Snap back on his left boot. He kicks the goal. Puts East Geelong in front.
There's one of the names that was very quiet in that first half, but no one will remember his first half if that's the goal that gets him over the line or start the momentum.
8-5, 53 to 8-7, 55. They take the lead back. We have gone 8 minutes in this last quarter, brought to you by Morris Finance.
And I know Grubby's comments right at the moment. A kick like that across goal short into a dangerous position is not on. You kick the ball as long and as it happens to be on the boundary line, it goes out to give him another kick. Who cares? But at least you get a chance to set up.
Well, here we were talking about the 12 East Geelong players that need a lift. It's been half an hour since we've had a Winchelsea goal.
So the ball now back in the middle of the ground. Parrish tries to take it out there one-handed. There's a free kick being given. He's got to go back behind his mark. So hang on now. He's given it the other way. So it was to Parrish. Now it's going to Crombie. So Crombie now plays on. Goes out wide. The mark being taken out there. Purdy, who will kick and go. Steele has to stand underneath the ball, gets out the back, picked up out there by Nagel on the left boot, goes back out, but Purdy read it nicely. So he's going to have another opportunity to hit the target going forward. This time he goes just that little bit longer, goes long towards the square mark. Big fella continues on, and he kicks the goal. So East Geelong are continuing with that role right at the present time, and they now move to 9-7. They lead Winchelsea on 8-5, and we have gone. Well, your time, mate, I can't see it. There it is. 8 minutes. Yep. 8 minutes in this final quarter.
So that was the last 5 goals in a row of the third term, and now they've kicked 2 in this term. East Geelong, they're the comeback kings on second semi-final day. Oh. As for the votes, now it's where we start marking down a few names.
So back in the middle now. Kasparian gets the ball down. Still a lot of time to play in this game. Winchelsea, it's over to you. Now you got to respond. Up and under kick. Who's going to get under it? Flintoff. Double-handed punch. Gets it out to his teammate now. Back in forward. It was a good kick on that occasion by Zimmer. And he finds his teammate, Mulville. Now they're going to go back to Ben Mulville. He has the ball. They've got no options up everywhere here. Not closing down fast enough. Remember, they've been a rotation down since the first quarter. East Geelong. Doyle goes inside the forward 50. Here's Ezard. Yes! Caleb Ezard. Great contested mark on the boundary line. Pushed over as he kicked it. The umpire, they're going to converse, and they've paid the mark. So, right in front of the Winchelsea interchange bench, Caleb Ezard to make this a 14-point margin. 10 minutes through the last quarter. He's assessing his options. I reckon he's going to go with the drop punt. Tightest angle at St Albans here. From 40 out from the boundary. Caleb Ezard. It looks all right. I'll tell you what. He's kicked it. He turns around and lets the Winchelsea interchange bench know about it. And they are 14 points up. 8-5, 53 to 10-7, 67. And we have gone 11 minutes this last quarter, brought to you by Morris Finance.
All right, so you're doing your chores at home, whatever, and you just tuned in. The scores, what felt like a few minutes ago, were East Geelong 4-7-31, Winchelsea 8-4-52. So Winchelsea has scored one behind in the last 35 minutes of football. It's not panic stations yet. One more East Geelong and we hit panic stations.
The ball back in the game, the middle of the ground. Kasparian didn't go up in the ruck, but he rode the ball off the hands of Terrell, goes back into their forward line once again. Spoil from behind, ball comes out. Smith picks the ball up, got himself out of trouble, got the handball away, but then turned it over into the hands now of Marnigan. He couldn't pick the ball up. A little bit more pressure at ground level now. Again, they work the ball to the wing. Great tack, Mulville. And
wow!
That was what you needed to see, and he has been able to do it. So Mulville now has got the ball on centre wing. Just waiting to get himself up off the ground. Player outside will use him. So they manage a little bit of possession football now. Forward of centre wing. They go long again into their forward line. Why wouldn't you go towards Ezard? Ball gets out the back. This time Winchelsea though with some numbers there. Tackle straight away and a ball up to take place.
Is this just the pressure, Tiggs? Is this just the playing finals before?
Oh, I'd be under a lot of pressure if I'm going for Winchelsea right now.
So the ball now from that clearance picked up out there and cleared away. Nagel got the left boot, goes out to the half-back line. Ball again towards the boundary line. Over it goes. Umpire's going to say, let's ball it back in. right on forward 50 there, far side of the ground.
And there'd only be one group of supporters more worried than the Winchelsea supporters. That's the Anarchy supporters. Because in the VFL, the big man AJ Coolman has been stretchered off. So we'll have to see what's going on over there.
So the ball now thrown back out or back in, and the ball from Melville goes to Austin the bend, back out to Smith. Smith now kicks the ball back inside. Doyle, just short of where he wanted it to be. Again, still in a dangerous area, coming through. The ball's now going to be picked up. Winchelsea with some work to be done here. Big job for Bolsh. That was a great kick, and he's been able to take the mark. Nothing forward of him, so he's just going to have to hold things up here. He needs some players to work from behind at least, or their forwards to come up at him, but he's going to have to go short here. That's where he's gone. Mark, his Vista takes the mark. And that was a good mark. He had to take that ball. Carroll coming from the ground. He's going to give himself a couple of minutes
50
before he
metres.
gets back on.
Oh.
Was that for? Not coming back on the mark?
Primer one out.
Bit of a short 50 here too, I would think. So his Vista now gives the handball inside to Parrish. Parrish up a step, goes into their forward line, looking towards Primer. Ball comes out, picked up. Banning, handballs over the top, outside to Crombie. Crombie now with a little bit of time, kicks the ball short, went to Payne, handballs back inside. Umpire's going to say there's a kick down the field there, so Payne will come back. Or was it going the other way?
No, they're bringing it back to.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I thought they could take advantage. Can they not? Downfield.
That's what I thought. I was gonna say.
Downfield is the words from field umpire Steve Granaccio, right then? It's Indy Parish.
So Payne now goes outside, and the mark taken there by Crombie. Kicks the ball long. Gould's back there. Does he take the mark? No. Ball comes to the ground. So coming through the contest was Walsh, got the handball inside. Now it's going with Cook. Cook long into their forward line. Going back, Martin takes the mark, comes up. Now plays on. Player outside is Zimmer on the half back line. So they seem to be able to control the ball a little bit more easier in the later stage of this game. He goes outside, Zimmer that is. Flintoff out there on the boundary line. He's going to go along the line, short. And again, the possession football has been good. Might be Dissident out there on the far side. Again, they maintain that presence up and down the line. Coming up Steele this time. So he's right on centre wing, far side of the ground. He now wants to go longer, and he does so into their half-forward line. Out the back, Brown had his hands up, picked up. Ezard got the handball back inside. Winchelsea go back towards the goal square. Going back, ball has just been touched off the boot there, I would think, and through for another minor score. So it is East Geelong now to 10 goals 8, and they lead Winchelsea on 8 goals 5, and we have ticked over 15 and a half minutes. Morris Finance final quarter scoreboard.
So we're halfway through this last quarter. Alex, the next goal that goes East Geelong's way, is that nearly it?
I just can't believe the fact. Late June, we were questioning if East Geelong can even make the five.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, we were questioning that. Now we're at a point where if they play smart footy for the next 8 minutes, they're in a grand final for the second year in a row.
Adam Walsh kicks out wide. They got to the half back line and then another smart kick by Carver. So now this is the kick that's got to work. Austin Mulville wasn't looking at the ball, so it'll be a free kick to Indy anyway. It is. Indy Parish has the ball. True centre wing. He plays on now. He needs a forward to come at him. Here's Primer's moment. He takes the mark. Cam Primer's got it 55 metres out. He's too far out to score, but he's got options in the pocket. He's going to go the longer one. Opportunity. It's a mark taken. No, just bounced away from Williams on that occasion. Now still tied up against the pocket. Umpire letting them play, and then he says, give the ball to me. So we'll have a stoppage right in the pocket in front of the Winchelsea faithful. Ball comes down now. Brown in the ruck. Parrish just got tackled. Well done from Austin Mulvale. He made sure that there was no way of getting out of there. We'll have another stoppage in the pocket.
They've taken Gould out of Winchelsea's forward line. He was on Ezard for a second, but it looks like he actually doesn't look 100% either. So putting him on Purdy probably isn't the best option if he's not 100%.
But two of them run like the wind, so it won't make any difference.
There you go.
Ball goes down now. Good tap by Kasparian to get the ball out. It was nearly a throw on that occasion by Abista. Umpire Nacho says, give the ball to me. We'll have a stoppage in between the half forward line of Winchelsea and centre wing. So that's 70 metres out from goal now. Caleb Brown in the ruck. Ball down. Good tackle. Oh, got a little bit high. So not a good tackle from Martin. The ball is going to Cook. Cook. Oh, 50. He didn't give it back. What a time for a 50-metre penalty. How long's it been since they've kicked a goal, Alex?
So that was the 6-minute mark of the third term. Cam Primer, the last goal kicker. Where are we at now?
We're at the 17th
17th,
minute mark.
Almost 18 minutes.
So it feels like 2 days ago to answer the
It's a
question.
long time ago. More than a quarter. Opportunity for Cook to wrestle back some momentum. He kicks the goal. It's what Winchelsea needed. 9-5, 59 to 10-8, 68. This game is well and truly alive. 18 minutes gone in this last quarter, brought to you by Morris Finance.
Well, they got lots of depth in their forward line. This is the moments where both him, maybe an Adams, maybe even a Bulch step up. We know that, I was just saying earlier, Gould, I was going to say he's off the ground. He's not. Now Gould's actually down back on Zach Smith, who's had an electric second half. But on the other hand, Indy Parish is now in the goal square deep forward. So might come down to either an Indy Parish goal or a Zach Smith mark on the school end of St Albans.
We're back with the umpire in the middle of the ground. As I said, almost 19 minutes gone, final quarter. Still plenty of time left in this game. Clearance again, very important from the middle of the ground. Ball comes out, went towards Abista. Can't tell. He actually couldn't hit the first time. Got the second. There's no way known that can be holding the ball. Free kick. The ball will go back to the umpire and a ball up will take place. Again, both ruckmen there. Actually, Gould's come up to do the ruck work. Out towards Cassidy. Parrish got the handball off towards his teammate there in Williams into the half-forward line. Primer out in the strong lead, takes the mark. So Primer now, he's outside range, but he's got some important kicking to do here. Parrish wants the ball long. That's where he's gone. Into the pocket. And the ball has gone out of bounds and over the line. I know I watch a lot of league football, and they all kick to the pocket at this stage of the game. Is there a reason why they do that?
I mean,
if you're going to put it to a dangerous area, you put it 20 metres out from goal where it's dangerous.
It's not dangerous. I'd justify that if we're up by 40 points and there's 5 minutes to go, but not in a crucial stage like this.
Anyway, ball from that ruck contest comes out. They're going to be picked up out there. Oh, it was probably the first grab was high, but umpire was a long way away from the ball there, but that's okay. There wasn't too much in it.
You can always tell when they pull away and throw their arms up in the air, they're guilty.
So the ball now, Kasperian, this time up over the top, goes out the back, and again, high this time. And it's that man again, Cook, who's gone forward in the last quarter. Has an opportunity, has one for the day. Can go back and look at his second. Umpire's asking him to come around a fair bit here.
And at the interchange gate for East Geelong, Austin Mulvale, Paddy Visiton and Ben Crombie, they're ready to come back on. So I reckon if he misses this and you put those three back home, East Geelong are home, he kicks this, Winchelsea get the momentum.
So the ball's now being looked at, and a kick from about 40 metres out. That hasn't started anywhere where we'd like it to be. Goes across the face of goal. Mark not taken down there. Ground level. Ball's picked up, and again, tackles being laid pretty strongly down there. So this time, Winchelsea an opportunity, a second go at it. And they can try and work something from this ruck contest. Terrell gets the ball down. It goes out towards the boundary line. A little bit more room to work with now because the ball will be thrown back in.
Thought it was close enough to a free kick for East Geelong. That mark before.
That ball with the umpire again. About 5 metres around from behind post. Throws the ball back in. Ruckman at it. Taps it down. Went towards Parrish. He's going to be the first to arrive at the contest. Tries to get out and handball the ball free. It's been able to come outside the pack, but it's been pushed back in again. Umpire will take charge of it. 40 metres out from goal. Again, Ruckman go at it. Kasperian did very nicely. Gets the ball from that contest. And a free kick has been awarded. I'm not too sure what it's for.
High contact and Kasperian.
High?
Yeah.
Okay. So Kasperian will be the recipient of the free kick. He said, well, he hasn't done much in the middle of the ground. His work around has been pretty good. And he goes outside. That kick was also good. Mark taken out there by Hoff. And now he's been awarded with a 50-metre penalty. So the ball will be taken from about the half-back line on one end to the other end of the ground. So Hoff has just worked his way down now. So he's now looking at his options. He's called the play on now by the umpire. He goes out to the pocket. Mark will be taken. Hazard, big, strong. And he will go back and look at his fourth of the afternoon.
Most important, he takes his 30 seconds as well. Let his midfielders get a break. Let his team reset behind the ball.
This has been remarkable, this turnaround from East Geelong. Just remarkable.
So Luke Henry stands the mark. I think he had a bit of cramp when he hit the ground there. Wizard has gone back on a fair run here. A great opportunity to stretch the margin again. So Wizard now on his approach. Good finish here. Will just about seal things up. It's long, but it's across the face of goal and through for a minor score. 3 goals, 3 to Wizard. And that is 10 goals, 9 out of East Geelong, 9-5 Winchelsea. And we have ticked over 23.5 minutes. Morris Finance, final quarter scoreboard.
On team will be in the grand final in less than 5 minutes of football. Ball down the line. Now Ezard again. He's got Smith out wide. He's going to go in his direction. Smith's going to have to wait under this. A pretty good kick. Was that a free kick? Umpire says play on. Smith, he couldn't, could he? Hack kick out of the air. Would have been goal of the century if he kicked it. It's out of bounds on the full low, but it's on the deepest line of Winchelsea's defence. So they're going to chip kick. They've got to go to the switch. It's worked for them a lot today. They've got to open this game back up. Avoid Caleb Ezard is what I'd be saying. He's going down the line. Oh, big fire, but it's up. Great mark taken from Austin Mulvale. And you see Caleb Ezard, he's going to kick behind the play here, waiting for anything to come down the line. Austin Mulvale, 60 metres out. He's going to chip kick to the pocket. Oh, big fly though. Purdy stayed down. Happy to see the ball over the boundary line. So
I'll tell you guys this, and it was a different game, but 6 days ago, the final siren sounded at the 26-20 mark. All right? Right now, if you're at the ground, it's 24-30. So Winchelsea will need to kick 2 goals in 2 minutes if it's a repeat of that.
But you've got to figure out next how many goals were kicked in the last quarter last week as the ball comes down now. Good in the ruck for the time being for Winchelsea. The ball is stuck in East Geelong's forward 50. We'll have another stoppage. Paddy Bissington, he's got no one on him behind the ball. He's the only one in the second half of the ground. They've also got multiple spare back now. Also fanning behind the ball. Ball back in. Is that a free kick? Umpire says no. Give the ball to me. So I have another stoppage. 35 metres out from East Geelong's goal. Next goal would seal it. Ezard out of the ruck. Did really well. Cassidy Parish inside then outside. Here's their opportunity. They've got to switch. They've got to go quickly. Oh, they've kicked it in the path of Smith, and Smith's taken the mark. Tracking back. He was playing a kick behind the play on the outer side of the grounds. They had to go for the switch. The Winchelsea player went for it, and Smith was standing there alone. So he'll have a shot now from probably 45, 50 metres. The kick is kick 1 today. Is that right, Dale?
Sorry, mate. Zach,
Yep.
We're 1-4. I've got him down as.
So he's created a couple as well, though. So if he kicks this, it would nearly send East Geelong into the grand final with the first team for 2026. He goes back from 45 metres. Hasn't been his day in front of the sticks today, but is this one through? It is! Zach Smith's kicked the goal. What a comeback it's been. 9-5-59. Plays 11-9-75. We have gone 26 minutes in this last quarter. Brought to you by Morris Finance.
Well, Archie, there are those of us that count our goals, and there are those of us that make them count. And in the second half, Zach Smith, with his marking and his confidence, he's back. It's not quite the form we saw in the prelim against Belpost till last year. That was still his best finals performance. But that is the sealer, and right now, all cameras should be on East Geelong's bench because celebrations are about to begin.
So back in the middle we go once again. Ball needs to be cleared out of there. Kasparian tries to work it off the ground, but it's picked up. His Vista tries to work through, but he is tackled, and East Geelong's pressure has been very, very good in the second half of football. He gets up a little bit proper himself. Again, ball thrown up, and again, Ruckman at it. Benny Mulville this time brings the ball out towards Ezard, plucks it in one hand, handles out wide. Has his teammate Enolis out there, needs to chase the ball. Unfortunately, went to ground. He's got 2 opponents to work against here, but he's been able to hold things up. Mulville comes out of the contest, but he's won a free kick. Umpire said no, coming back, and I think East Geelong will be happy enough to do that. He said time's ticking away, and will be right against Winchelsea at this time. So Hollis now outside their forward 50. It's going to go to the pocket. Ezard was the target. Kick wasn't good. Ball gets over the top. Winchelsea now have got some work to do out there. Tackle laid once again. So, again, East Geelong working very, very hard to make sure ball doesn't come out of there too easily. And I've been able to achieve it once again. Right back with the umpire, as I said, it's 28 gone now. Ball thrown up. Ezard just stood there, didn't care too much about it. Kick from Winchelsea has gone over the boundary line. So, another opportunity out the far side of the ground. And it will be East Geelong to bring the ball back into their forward line. Hoff's come up the ground to take the kick. We'll bring the ball back inside. No chance of turning the ball over that way. Go long. As the siren has sounded, so East Geelong will be that side that will progress to the 2026 Grand Final with Winchelsea, unfortunately, coming back next week. They have got a second chance, so that gives them a run at it early in the finals, but we'll have a look at the side. Whoever competes and wins tomorrow, that will be their target for next week. But for this stage now, it will be East Geelong going through. Goal kickers will go with East Geelong. Their second half was some pretty good. Steele had 3 in the first half. Ezard has also got 3. Zach Smith with 2, their main goal scorers. Crombie, Hoff and Mulville, and that's Austin Mulville all with 1. And for Winchelsea, Indy Parish with 3. Cam Primer 2, 1 each to Cook, Cassidy Parish and Adams, and also Carver. So we're going to take a short break, come back. Alex will tell you why it was East Geelong that won this game of football. We'll do some votes and hopefully we'll get the... You got all the sponsors with you, Alex?
I'm the sponsorship manager of the league, so I'll make them up.
You'll be going through. Yeah. I'm going to take a short break, come back shortly. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
Local sporting clubs are at the heart of communities like ours here in Geelong. That's why I love what Geelong Cats official asset finance partner Morris is doing with the Morris Community Cashback Program. When you settle a loan with Morris and nominate a local sporting club, Morris gives $500 directly back to that club. That funding can help local clubs invest in equipment, facility upgrades, club improvements and junior development programs that benefit the entire community. So if you're thinking about financing your next car, truck, trailer or even a boat or caravan, you'll be supporting your local sporting club at the same time. Because when local businesses support local communities, everybody wins. So this week, let's back the Cats and back our community with Morris Community Cashback.
Yes, welcome back. As I said, a big second half from the East Geelong Football Club here this afternoon. They had 2 goals, 5 at half time, but they kicked what did they kick? 9 goals, 4 in the second half to run out victors. And as I said, that was contrast of, I suppose, 2 halves in Winchelsea kicked 7 goals in the first half, but were unable to kick any more than 2 in the second half, and 1 goal in each quarter. So they'll need to find a few more avenues there, and obviously Finn Parrish coming back into their side will provide them with a bit more run. But the momentum of East Geelong, Alex, has continued. They've got themselves into this year's grand final, and the way they're playing, it will take a very good effort from either one of the 3 sides that remain to get there and match them with what they're doing.
You know, we just mentioned players like his Vista limping off towards the end and all that. Those were the images I was expecting after the Sam Lowe injury, but I was expecting those images being the East Geelong jumpers. With less manpower on the ground, less rotation, East Geelong just found the way to win this game of footy. I said all week I thought the ground would actually suit Winchelsea more would the Eagles, but the Eagles, since that round 16 loss to Bannockburn, have not looked back. Obviously, I mentioned in the pre-game they've lost a lot of club greats recently. That could be a factor. But I think it's the missing pieces of the puzzle that they haven't had. So if you go back on our stream a few minutes ago, you would have seen we zoomed in on the bench. Ned Osselbrook gives Sam Purdy a hug. There's another bloke who might not have been in our best players today, but he did enough when he was near the footy and all that. He's gone from a GFL wooden spoon last year to now he can tell everyone that for the next 2 weeks he's playing in a GD grand final. So what a turnaround for him. Ben Crombie, sensational whenever he was with the ball of his second efforts. And again, I haven't seen the Eagles as much as you two, but you guys could tell from my comments, I was really impressed throughout that turnaround in their big man in Kasperian. Like just the second efforts from that ruckman. I'd have to go back to James Hybans 10 years ago. Last time I saw someone on this ground make such an impact in the middle.
Yes, he definitely played well. As I said, he was one of the 2 big men that did most of the work in the middle of the ground. He's been able to have that cutout from Benny Mulville. Probably did more today than I think he's done for most of the year. So in the ruck, spent more time in there, but he was able to manage that, and especially on a big ground, he's done that and done it very, very well. So
I might flip it and ask you guys a quick question because you've covered East Geelong a fair bit the last few weeks. I think Caleb Ezard's had a few vouchers the last few weeks. What he produced in that second half, was that as good as what you saw him do against Werribee and who'd you see the week before that?
North Geelong.
North Geelong.
I think this was I think this today started off a bit slow, and that was like, I think Henry was on him early, and I think played really well on him. Like that, he didn't allow him to fly at the ball, and when he did, he was making sure he was even in the contest. Where those other 2 games, he was kind of on from the start, which I actually think is more impressive today. Like it wasn't going his way. He wasn't getting the free kicks. The marks were, he wasn't getting that free space he usually had and allowed to jump at the ball. And then he fought back. And when he fought back, that's when the game completely swung because they had that kick down the line. And I thought this was a really mature performance from Caleb Ezard today.
Yeah, he responded to what he needed to do because, as I said, he got his hands to a lot in the first quarter and the first half, but he just couldn't take those grabs. And as I said, he is a confidence player. And that's what we've been able to see for most of this year. And especially the last 2 or 3 weeks, he's been able to do that and do it week in, week out. As I said, it took him a little while just to get himself into the game, but he's a type of player that once he gets himself involved, then he's very hard to stop because his confidence just seems to grow and grow and grow. Now, the bloke probably stands 6'8" or whatever he's going to be, so he's a big lad, so he doesn't have to jump much. And he, as I said, for a big fella just to be able to prop himself in front and take anything that comes behind him, I think it takes a fair bit to do that all day. Because as I said, there's going to be times when you have to know you're going to get a whack, but you keep doing it, and that's what he does. His hands were good at the end. Kicked 3 goals, 3. Obviously, just can't remember the shots he missed, were they easy or not, but I just can't work it out. But as I said, he changed things for East Geelong in that they gave him a target. And when you're marking the ball where he does, and he's usually around that 50-metre line, he's either having a shot for goal or he's delivering the ball to the next bloke that's going to finish that work off. So,
and of those three, I'll have to look back at the replay, but I'm just going to guess off the top of my head, 4 came from contested marks.
Possibly.
I reckon.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that goal from the pocket, the tightest angle in St Albans, was incredible at the end to seal the game up as well.
So he becomes very important. As I said, Smith doesn't have to kick the bag full now because he's got Steele who kicked 3 in the first half and then became pretty much unsighted in the second half. He's still got his touches, but not to where he was. So there was a lot of players that did that, for both sides. featured heavily in the first half. Indy Parish was
Yep.
another. Then sort of faded a little bit, I
Mm.
thought. I just would have maybe thought he might have played a bit more time through the midfield
Yeah.
because that's where he's been really, really damaging for them this year. He's gone forward, he's kicked goals, but he's worked through the middle of the ground, delivering the ball inside their 50 was good. Cassidy Parish today, I've seen him play a lot of football, but today, stats wise, kick wise, probably not. But his handballing just from inside the contest to get players outside, I thought was pretty good as well. So, as I said, they'll appreciate that run and what they've come off in the last 3 to 4 weeks because, as I said, they've had a break. They've had a couple of what they would have thought would have easier games, whereas Corio took it right up to them and showed them what if you're a little bit off, you can be off and other sides can beat you. But they started very impressively, but their turnaround in the second half may have been that lack. But from more reports, I think their workload during the week is pretty heavy. Like they do a lot of work, so there won't be fitness based. It's probably the pressure that comes with finals
And not
football.
quite a lot of these players have played finals before.
Yeah,
so as
maybe.
soon as
As I said, I don't know where they all come from. As I said, so you don't know. But again, it is just that little bit, that extra 5 or 10% that it goes up. And a lot of people today fumbled, which I haven't seen during the course of the year. But again, that becomes because of that perceived pressure around you when everything starts to get a little bit hot under the collar, and you're trying to win possession of the ball. You obviously put a bit more pressure on yourself, and it just doesn't work for you. Whereas run of the game during the year, ball seems to just pop that little bit more. You've got hands under it, and away you go. So, look, got two halves of footy this afternoon. Perseverance from East Geelong, momentum as we've seen takes you a fair way, and they've done that again today.
And the selection process is going to be a lot easier than it was in the first 10 minutes for Ned because Low out, McIntyre in, and if there's a second one, well, I feel sorry for the other player that has to come out, but
Well,
there might not be.
McLean will have to go back in.
He'll have to.
Well, he's got a hamstring, and he's been very good from the weeks we've seen him. He's been in my best 3 or 4 players for East Geelong every time we've seen him. He just provides a great deal of run, so he knows what he's going to do. And again, they've got to make a real tough call on who's going to come out of that side. You just sit back and wait now. As I said, McIntyre mightn't come up. McLean mightn't come up either. But as I said, they're going to be given every opportunity now with a couple of weeks break to get themselves right and be available to play in the big one.
Yep. On the other side of things, Winchelsea's going to have to play someone next week. We'll find out who they will tomorrow. Word on the text message this afternoon is that Finn Parish is in a car strike. So it'll be very interesting to see how their selection process eventuates, especially with both these clubs playing in an elimination scenario in the reserves tomorrow as well.
Yep. I think, as I said,
you take the risk on him if he's 50, 60%. I think he's so much of an important player today that you got to take a risk on him. Caleb Brown, how long do you know how long he had out before he came back?
So my understanding was he's played 6 to 7 games this year.
Gotcha, yeah. Because it seemed like he early on he was really clean, looked like he was running on top of the ground, and then it looked like maybe just the match fitness at the end of the game really got to him. So he'd be another one, but like better for the run as well. Like next week he'd be another one. Should be all right.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't have him on the omissions list. What are you telling us, Arch?
No, not at all. I'm just saying that he'll be better for this game today, having another game under his belt.
Yeah.
I think it's too important to them and their makeup their side. As I said, like he's a bloke he can become a bitch player for you because he can play a defensive role if you need to on a tour. He can play forward for you if you need a marking option. And again, he might have been that option that's in forward in the game when they're kicking long. Have Indy Parish sitting in behind him or around him, have Primer working up the ground as that first initial leader, and then the third option, obviously, bringing him long and getting Caleb Brown to take a mark. Because I think today, on what we saw, Gould was pretty well beaten by McIntyre. Fanning. So you're right. So I actually nearly had Jaden Fanning in the votes.
He was probably my leader toward the end on the East front.
Only because you as I said, you don't look at what he's got. His stats probably wouldn't have been great, but his role he played on Gould, who we know which has become a heavy reliability on. I thought he played a really good game. So he was just short of my votes there this afternoon. But as I said, if he can continue to do that role, I'm not too sure whether obviously the rest of the bench see him in the same light, but I reckon they'd be pretty happy with the way he went about his business down there.
Well, after your reflection, we've seen a Brian Lake Norm Smith medal. We might see a Jaden Fanning best on ground medal in 2 weeks now that they've heard from the man himself.
Yeah, don't know about that. But
Should we do
There's
some
there's
votes,
a lot of
gentlemen?
be a lot of comments I've made during the course of the year, mate. They'll come back and bite me on the
Yeah.
backside. So, but as I said, it's a game of that you have to stay in as long as you can, and they both sides gave themselves an opportunity. But East Geelong, as I said, that momentum we've seen it. I know we go back to the Thompson when they did it. They were just on a tremendous roll, and I don't think East Geelong are any different at this stage. So, well done, well done. They're in the grand final, and that's what you play football for. Winningham's the next option, and they've got an option to be able to be there to be doing it at this stage.
Well, we'll read the votes anyway, but I already know who's getting the voucher.
Righto.
So, Arch, you're closest to the camera.
Okay.
Off you go.
I'll go first. I've given one vote to Matty Kasparian. I thought his game was unbelievable, especially after halftime. I thought Terrell put it really right up to him, and there was times they weren't even contesting the ruck. And then I thought around the ground, he got right on top, and then the ruck contest, and that's where they started. When they started winning the clearances, I think that's when they started winning the game. I think that effort that he had in the middle of the ground, they turned the ball over, going for the switch. He took on 3 players, kicked the ball further to Jude Payne. Jude Payne set up the goal. That was the first time they had multiple goals. I think for the game, so that was massive, and I think he had a lot to say about them winning the game. 2 votes I gave to Caleb Ezard. I thought when he started taking his marks and the way that he fought back was such a mature performance, and I thought that having someone like him down the line, allowing Purdy, Steele, Smith further down closer to goals, I thought that allowed their team to free up, and having someone like that even late in the game, we saw him go behind the ball. Was just when he gets those hands going, he's one of the best marks in the comp. And I gave 3 votes. So I'm not sure you guys will have any votes, but I thought Ben Crombie was one of the only players on the ground. He had a 4-quarter performance. I've just got here written down tough, clean, and elite, because I reckon that all day he went in and under, and I thought he was the spark for East Geelong when they were struggling in that second quarter and everything was against them. I thought he was still going in and under, and I've given him my 3 votes.
I could do a grub here and call you an idiot, but I'm pretty close to watching you, Anne, so I can't do that.
Now I do want to hear Dale's thoughts. What do we got?
I gave 1 vote to Kasparian as well. I don't think he ran in the middle of the ground, but his efforts second after that, he was tremendous. As I said, there's a lot of times he didn't win the possession or the ruck contest, but he was there giving it out to his teammates in the next one. And a couple of times he actually, 1 or 2 times there, I think I called the ruck contest, and he actually rove to Tyrrell's ruck work. So
Exactly.
he did some work around the ground today.
Sharply.
As I said, that's probably we've seen him a couple of times. I think he played well, but today was just one of those games that gave him that little bit of edge. And I think that he spent more time in the ruck today. Benny Mole didn't have quite that influence. In the first half of the game, a lot of players influenced the game. I thought Williams for Winchelsea was a very, very good player. And I think if he hadn't been in there in the middle of the ground in their first half, then I don't know whether that margin wouldn't have been as great at half time. And I agree. Benny Crombie today, as I said, I've watched him now. He seems to be getting better and better as this season's worn on. And I've got no doubt his 4-quarter performance was a long way to East Geelong winning their game of football. So there you go, Arch.
With the exact same 3.
No, I had
He
Williams.
doesn't. He had Ryan
Oh,
Williams.
sorry,
Williams.
Oh, right.
Williams
Oh.
for two.
Got excited. I thought it was going to be the first time this year. Go on, Alex. What did you have?
I don't want to repeat the vote because we got to get to the Albacea very soon.
Yeah.
94.7 the pulse. So I'll repeat what you said about Kasparian, giving him the 1. But the 2 votes go to who did we just have a second ago? Who else? Ezard.
Yeah.
I actually thought for some reason when the siren went, he'd kicked 4 goals, but Dale said 3-3. I think because of his contested marking, that's what needed to happen. Steele was the only one that was presenting in the first half. That's when Ezard Smith and all that. And I don't know. Who'd you guys go with?
Crombie.
Oh. Yeah, I went with Crombie.
Tough.
3 votes for Crombie, but he's not getting the voucher.
Why not?
Well, this goes to the best on ground, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And only one on that ground was celebrating his 400th game, and he did a terrific job. So umpire Nachos, if I can't give you the voucher, we'll find something else for you. Congrats on 400 games in local footy. You're one of the best, and yeah, well done to all the umpires out there that did a fantastic job.
There you go. Do you want to quickly whip through some
Sponsors,
mate, before we disappear this afternoon?
I should definitely do that. I'll give the Pulse a double plug because they're definitely waiting on me to get through these. Morris Finance, our major sponsor. What a fantastic job they've been doing with both our football and netball competition. Buckley's Entertainment Centre. It's just down the road. If you thought this game finished a bit early, just head down the road, have a go at the bistro. It's fantastic. And Kempe Engineering.
So the
Dale,
ice creams.
yeah, exactly. Dale, I know you're excited. 20 years of Kempe Engineering. So we're expecting all 12 clubs to buy a table at their gala ball, which will be at the Conference Centre November 7th. As for the rest of them, Red Onion, they've done a fantastic job throughout the season. Beersdorf, Elders Insurance, they've been supporting us for quite some time. P&R Foods, Peter Mullen, love seeing him at our vote counts. Didn't see him Wednesday night, so I got a bone to pick with him there. Promote it, best at what they do there. Routley's mark of the day. I think Hazard had about 5 contenders today, but then Zach Smith. We'll have to look at that replay in the goal square because it looked fantastic as well. The Athlete's Foot. Store manager Robbie Gleeson tomorrow. He's running the Sydney Marathon, so we wish him all the best there. Oswald Plumbing and Civil. And there's the great Hash Brown. He's not a sponsor, but he's a great man as well. Oswald Plumbing and Civil, Simon Chan doing the best work he can. Club Warehouse, Connectel. How happy would Damien Mulville be at Connectel? Because 2 of his sons are in a grand final once again. Sirocco Travel.
Where are we going, Alex?
Sirocco. Well, we're going back to St Albans tomorrow. That's where we're going.
Long way to travel there.
It's, victory trophies. Well done to them, and thanks for their work Wednesday night. They'll be busy this weekend because we got a netball vote count on Wednesday. Cleanaway, Como Hotel, we might stop in there for a lemonade. Corio Bay Health Group, Gilbert Netball, Gray Nichols, The Pulse, there's your second plug for The Pulse. Raiders Bingo, Russell Enders does a great job there. Read the Play, Sir Charles Hoffamer Hotel, Maury will look after you there. The Yards, well, I think Benny Crombie will be going the Yards, but I'm taking umpire Nachos there with me anyway. Frameline, Oju Cleaning. The cleaner at the finals lives in Japan, but he comes back here 4 weeks a year just to clean the finals. What a legend. Give him a high five on your way out. Wyatt Manufacturing, Contract IT, and last but not least on our sponsors board here at the live stream, Tyler Crimmen Audio Productions. What a man, the best producer in the business, in local footy. He's the man to go to. Thank you very much.
Yes, from all of us here this afternoon, we hope you've enjoyed the call here this afternoon. Look forward to having you back here tomorrow about 1:30, I reckon, which we'll see Werribee Central's taking on the Belmont Lions again to see if they can proceed one step further in this final series. So as I said, we hope you enjoyed the call, and we'll see you all again tomorrow. Thank you for listening. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse.